Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, these newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true masters of the Metaverse.
It's Meta Monday! Hey everybody, welcome to Masters of the Maggieverse. Here on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainer channel on Twitch. I am your host and GM, James Durham. Joining me at the table, I have Vanessa Postel, Luke Emmett, Helen Roundhill, Maggie Doyle, and Christian Doyle. I got Leo back on tech. Hi, Leo.
Hello, Leo. Slayer.
That's on me.
What is Masters of the Metaverse? Masters of the Metaverse, it's only the most interactive live stream RPG on the planet. I mean, not only do we have our wild and crazy store that you can use to influence and change every single bit of the action today, we also have great things like our weekly polls for all of our Patreon subscribers, which I have poll results. Who wants poll results?
I want poll results.
All right.
Oh, would you pass me?
Remember to put those on your pilot sheets, everybody.
Poll result.
All right, Christian, you get plus 30 health and plus 4 to a roll this week. Maggie, you get plus 20 health and plus 5 to a roll this week.
I will take it, thank you.
Luke, you get plus 10 health and plus 2 to a roll this week. Helen, you get plus 20 health and plus 2 to a roll this week.
All right.
Vanessa, you get plus 10 health and plus 2 to a roll this week.
Thank
And
you.
I get plus 20 health and plus 2 to a roll this week for one of my terrible and horrible evil villains that will try to kill you.
Oh, that's great.
Yay!
Also, speaking of Patreon, let's give a special shout out to some of our Patreon backers. Bradley Swan.
Yay,
Bradley.
Joseph Lambert.
Thank you.
And Matthias Schultz-Kolkman. Thank you.
That's an epically cool name.
It truly is.
Yeah, good job.
Masters of the Metaverse, like all of our programming, is
I'm
funded
still
and
grinding.
supported entirely by viewers like you. You can check out our Patreon page now to see, you can support this show and other shows like it. In addition to that, I would like to welcome you all and invite you all to support Ren, the Girl with the Mark Kickstarter going on right now.
Woo!
They need another season, and if you haven't seen it, you should go and check that out. And hey, that's on the Fantasy Network. Did you know that?
I love the Fantasy Network.
You guys checked out the Fantasy Network? If you haven't checked out the Fantasy Network, you need to check out the Fantasy Network. There is also the Juju Seed and Spark campaign going on. We'd love it if you could stop in and support that as well. These are all great, wonderful things. These are artist-created, artist-owned things, and it's a big part of our industry and our mission statement here to do that. For us, we've got Zoe Game Night here on Thursdays. I hear that there's a GM panel going on this week. We can hear about some methods of running games and making games interactive and fun and entertaining for your players. In addition, we have another rehearsal this Saturday for Big Stompy Robots.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Definitely want to check that out.
Those have been such a blast to be a part of, by the way.
They're fun to rewatch too.
They really are. Big Stompy Robots. I mean, the Battle Mech Fighting Federation just can't be beat.
The BFF Federation is it's just growing by leaps and bounds and growing in bosom companions.
Truly it is. It is the premiere in mech sports entertainment. How do we find out what happened last week? And Christian, what happened last week?
Oh, well, I'm glad that you asked. I was hoping that you would. So, what happened last week on Masters of the Metaverse is our pilots were found out about an invasion on their home world. Yeah, and they realized that the invasion was being staged on other metaverses for it to happen. So, the pilots went into avatars into another metaverse, this time as anthropomorphic dinosaur cowboys.
Like you do.
Like you do, there to join a resistance where, in fact, the alien invaders have already been striking and are setting up that staging area. We are there to kind of break down their plans. The first thing we did was robbed a train to go meet up with the resistance and give them supplies.
Yep.
And now looks like we may have to do something even more unsavory.
More unsavory?
Yeah, more unsavory.
Oh.
As dinosaurs.
Which
we
I
have a
assume
train.
is why I'm here.
We stole a train. Yes, we stole the
Full
train.
train.
What it fair and square.
There was references that were certainly missing.
A whole train was stolen.
Yep.
Not just the cargo, the train.
We won it fair and square. Don't
You keep
forget.
telling yourself
Fair
that,
and
Jill.
square. Can't
Yep.
say
So
it
no
again.
reason to be lost. We are. We just stole a
Got
train.
you.
Now we're gonna go steal a prison.
Yeah.
In the aftermath of the train heist, with hundreds of captured allies freed from a slow death by slavery, Trent has asked another impossible task of you. Liberate the prisoners held in the infamous Blood Island prison. Now, you have learned some things from Trent in regards to this infamous prison. First, it's 35 miles off the coast to the east. And the prison is run exclusively by invaders. None of their Carnotaur allies are present in this prison. Only these strange off-world invaders. Access seems to be only possible with their flying machines, as all of the sea-going vessels that used to prowl those waters have been sunk to the bottom of the bay by these invaders. In addition, there are extremely large carnivores that dwell in the waters off of the coastline. Namely, Leopleurodon and Chronosaurus, if you're familiar with such very large 16-plus meter killing machines.
Familiar. I have like 5 of their signatures on my. Never mind, ignore me.
And of course, there are, everyone's favorite, the Megalodon, a nice 50-foot long shark, nothing like that, right? And then for the really fun times, the Leviathan, the whale
Yeah.
that still has teeth and still eats warm-blooded black prey and is
Nom nom.
bigger than a couple of school buses.
So cool.
Yeah. But even in the
It can
past,
eat many
water
children,
travel was
I see.
only done by the most large and well-armed vessels to repel the attacks from these creatures. In addition, there are extensive reefs and strong currents around the island, making any form of street travel there virtually impossible. The prisoners of Bloodtop Island are
Hashtag Rosie Buff Hippo Birdie Maggie. Have also part of a hashtag dance party to let the good times roll.
Oh, thank you,
Thank you.
Chad. I like that you said hippo birdie because that's what I say.
Hippo birdie.
Hippo birdie.
Yeah, it seems to be a prison for very exclusive
Thank you,
prisoners. It's unknown exactly what the criteria is for their selection, but these invaders seem to pick these individuals out and take them off to the island. The prison was in fact built by these invaders. There was no structures or buildings or even civilizations present there at any point before. And it was kind of just a rock 35 miles off the coast. And no one has ever escaped or been there and come back alive.
All right.
Oh.
Sound easy.
Now, Trent does believe that there's a way in. See, early on during the invasion, the infamous Jane Utah had created a flying machine, and she was going to use it to try and go to this island. Though the reasons for doing so are unknown, but no one really knows why Jane does anything. I mean, she's crazy. It's said that Jane is currently fighting a guerrilla war with the Carnotaurs in the coastal areas to the east. And some allies have indicated her position to Trent. Hopefully, if you seek her out, she might be able to give you some information about this crazy flying machine.
All right.
Jane Utah.
You were also able to acquire some of the hardened materials left over from the destroyed ship.
Yeah.
Not
Yep.
much was left except for exterior plating and of a metal that none of you are very familiar with, an incredibly strong and hard metal.
I
Yeah.
can make it into something.
But can our metalworking friend over here
She does have a boosted ability left from last week she could use to shape that material, which without it, there is nothing you can do, as the hottest forge here will not melt it.
So what do we need?
Got you.
What do we need her to make?
Maybe we should wait until we know.
My hands are ready. My
Well.
Gazoon time.
Man, you could drive a train through that silence.
What if she made a big gun?
Big gun.
Made a.
Big gun?
Yes, I'm just saying. I mean, look, if a gun is a good thing, what about a big gun?
Even better.
Big
That's all
Right,
I'm
okay,
saying.
right. A big gun's good. Or we make lots of little ones and then we all have a weapon, and so do some of the other dinos,
We all do have a weapon.
but not that can pierce through.
Well, the
There's-
gun is not what pierces through things.
Right.
It's the bullets.
Right. So what if you just made bullets?
Probably be easier than making a gun.
I mean,
Right, because you could make them so they fit ours. That's all fine, but they're just out of that metal.
You do happen to have a gunsmith in your group who can reload ammunition.
Sure can.
Right, and weren't we
Long, meticulous
weren't we
work.
also gonna help Trent and his fellow
I'll help.
dinos?
Well, all right.
Because they had asked for something to help protect or do something. Weren't we gonna help them, give them some of the bullets, or are we gonna keep them all for ourselves?
We just thought of the bullets thing like just now, so like we didn't have any plans before
Oh.
just now to do anything with those.
Oh, I
That's
had
the
that.
thing you maybe made up in your head.
Right.
No, but we
Good
had spoke of trying to give them guns that would actually
Right.
be defensible
Mhm.
against these aliens.
I have a question for you, James.
Go right ahead.
You said that in the prison, there's just invaders.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Here- That's the rumor. Is the rumor that they look like invaders, or is the rumor that they have taken over the bodies of other dinos like we have? Do we know?
Only flying ships seem to come and go from
Okay, so we have no idea what they look like. Just because, if they look like us, Zenda people.
Well, until very recently, no one had ever even seen inside of one of those flying ships. And
That's true.
Only Arthur has seen the occupants of one of those flying ships.
Well, he saw him as he went through them.
Yeah. Turned him
Because
into
he
a pig
punched
mist
through
in
the
a memory.
ship.
Still seen him.
Was it human
Bad time.
bipedal? Yeah.
Guy looked.
I mean, he
like
might have
Oh,
had.
right. He looks like Zenda. That's right. He
Looked
looked
a
like
lot like
Zenda.
Yeah, he might have had a couple of pedals. I'm not sure.
All
Now,
right.
I don't know what these pedals have to do with anything with the rest of what we're doing.
they're all already.
Well, we should go try to
Pete
find.
Diddles. Oh,
Diddles.
oh, okay. Now all of a sudden that sounds like somebody who might have a musical career.
Well, I think we should go find this dino with a flying machine. That's what I think we should do.
Now, Big Al is very familiar with Calamity Jane, who is notoriously unstable and mad as a hat.
Good.
Is he the only one who's heard of her? Or we all have
You've heard the
knowledge?
name, but Big Al's had run-ins. with her in the past.
Tell us about one of your run-ins.
Well, we had a wonderful round of shooting, almost unprecedented. She is the best.
In shooting?
Yeah, I'm gonna take second on this.
Wow.
However, here's one thing that Big Al will say. I pay my bills.
Okay. Well, I understand where she's coming from.
No.
Nope. No.
That's all I'm saying.
I would love to see the creature that considers themselves the best gun. I have some experience with some of those, so I'd love to meet that person.
There she is.
Oh, we're not there yet. Okay.
Soon,
Meta
soon.
points. Meta points.
Yeah, we're in a
meta point deficit
we
there.
are, we are,
We are.
and I'm all the way in.
Man, I would love meta points for my birthday.
Hey, sick.
Well played, well played.
No, and I thank you for all the birthday wishes, chat, by the way. I have seen them and read them, and thank you. They're very sweet.
Yes, thank you, Chad. And happy birthday.
Also, and I apologize if this has already been addressed and rent, but I would just like to say, I don't want you to have anything to cry about, my friend.
Thank you.
Why would you say that to him?
English accents and nonsense aside.
Okay. Pax gets it. It's all that matters to me.
Yeah, thank you. That's literally all of it.
Explain it to me later.
For sure.
I totally will after.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Right, so let's go find her.
Or make bullets. What's it gonna be?
Ooh.
Oh, I can make bullets right now. Y'all think that's a good idea?
We don't know if that's what we need.
Okay. Standing by.
Save it for now.
Hashtag MetaPoint ask and ye shall receive. At a cost. What do you call the dog of a dinosaur with one eye?
Oh,
Diathinkosaurus Rex.
I like it.
He got it mid-joke. I'm just saying. He got it mid-joke.
He did. He's a smart man.
I just know some dinosaur jokes.
All right.
I was 10 once.
So I
Open
guess
it up.
That was great.
Get on the floor.
Yes.
Like a
Ready to shoot
brontosaurus,
that
that's a pretty good
dinosaur.
joke.
let's either save the metal or store the metal. I don't.
I can carry it.
Okay, great. We'll carry the metal with us. That sounds great. And then let's go find this person with a ship.
Jane, Utah.
Jane, I gotta write that.
It doesn't take too long to find her after about a full day's travel towards the coast.
Happy birthday, Maggie. Hashtag crash buff.
Thank you, Chad.
Well done.
We've got some meta points in the
done.
store now, guys.
Oh, thank goodness.
That's how it is done.
Nicely
Yeah.
done.
I'm using one right now. I gotta get off a full pilot, or
Alright.
I'm gonna get this poor dinosaur killed.
There we go. Now I can speak like this.
All right, 2 meta points used then. All right.
All right.
Down to 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So it doesn't take you too long to find her based on the information from Trent's scouts.
Right.
And there's a cave that you find that she's based up at. There's about a half dozen various dinos outside. Hungry, dirty, low on supplies. And inside the cave is the notorious Calamity Jane. She's muttering to herself, smoking a pipe, and sitting on a box of dynamite.
Question.
My kind of girl.
Is it a group of dinos
Oh, yeah.
that has survived without being attacked? Is a group of dinos?
Half dozen, about the biggest amount you can get without the
Okay,
bomb
thank you for
from the
clarifying.
sky.
So sorry.
Gotcha.
Groups of dinosaurs have been being attacked. If they're in two big groups, they get attacked.
Perfect.
I dip my hat.
Jane's little group of freedom fighters.
Hi, what the hell are you doing?
Whoa!
I have the biggest group of dinosaurs right now that can assemble without getting killed. And all y'all come into my house and put my people, dinosaurs, at risk. I like your style, what you need.
Now, Jane, none of us mean any disrespect, but as she said, we need your help.
Well, of course you need my help, but why do you need my help? Everybody needs my help.
Well, I heard you got a ship.
I might. Who told you?
Trent.
Trent.
All right, that sounds viable. Why'd you need my particular expertise again?
Well, see, I don't know if you've heard word on the street about the recent train that saved all of the prisoners. I don't know if you heard about it.
I heard something.
Right?
It's our train now.
It's our train.
FYI.
You have a train?
Oh, yeah.
But you know what we don't
My
got?
train.
A flying ship. And the next place we want to go, you can't get to by train.
Hold up. So you have a train, but you don't got me, I think is really what you're trying to say.
Correct.
And you're asking if you can have me. And I think...
So sorry. I wasn't implying you. I was implying the flying ship.
Now see.
Let me rephrase. She's funny.
Is she?
Well, she tries.
Is she funny?
Well, we
Because
certainly
right now
hope so.
she looks like about 8 ounces of snack to
Yeah,
me.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll go over here. It's
Now,
fine.
Calamity, hunter to hunter.
Oh. Hunter to hunter. You're gonna put us on the same old plane there?
Now, I'm saying you're operating on a completely different game than I am. I'm just saying we're playing the same game.
It's not cards, is it?
No.
You know I'm not good at cards.
No.
I ain't no good at cards. Never
No,
have been, never will be.
No.
Jane, I don't know about that.
I wouldn't presume. Frankly.
We can play a little later, and I'll show you how.
Yeah, frankly, that's all my friend here.
Slider.
What was that?
There we go.
The little ankylosaurus like looks at you and goes.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so we know
There
we
you are.
okay.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
are we
it's
all
starting to
kind
make
of on the
some
same
sense.
page
It's
now
starting
then?
to make
Right, no,
some
yeah, this
sense
is convenient.
These introductions always take far too long in my opinion.
They do. This is Andy.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so
Hey.
Andy, we need your ship.
Right. No, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear, just like I hear the little voice in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not an unusual thing. I hear a lot of voices in my head. This one says I should trust you, though, so I guess I'm going to trust you. As far as I can throw you. Now, again, you're an 8-ounce snack.
I'm not a snack.
You're an 8-ounce aperitif.
But not for you, Jane.
No, that is very true. However, we also have some wonderful other dining options.
It's true.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to eat her anymore.
For aperitifs that don't involve eating the bird dinosaur.
So you can tell me about your snacks later, but tell me about your needs right now.
Jane, I need you to be like, and I mean this politely, like so quiet. I need you to let Andy like do a little bit of talking. You do that for me? Hey Andy, we're just trying to stop the invaders and we're trying to get to them. The invaders got this prison. We're just trying to break into the prison, stop the invasion of Metaverse Prime. So if you can help get her on board,
Yep.
it would just like streamline this whole process.
If I have learned anything about this dinosaur, all you need to do is either bet her that she can't, or tell her it's going to be a real good time.
All right, let's go, everybody.
Best of times.
I don't know about this. I think we should move on. I don't think Jane wants to be part of our.
Plan
to save the world.
Wait.
Oh yeah, we can leave her out of the history books that way.
Good call.
Excuse you, what?
Oh, I mean, this is gonna be a big time hero mission,
The hell is a book?
saving the world kind of thing.
Well,
They'll be telling stories about it for hundreds of years.
No.
Because of the dashing and the daring do?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because of the danger?
and you have to understand a book is just heroics put down so that everybody remembers.
Everyone could remember my name.
Oh, I'm saying everyone
Newton.
would if you decided to come, but we don't have a lot of time to argue.
James?
Go down in a ball of flames.
Oh, good possibility.
Hopefully.
And this train of yours.
Yeah.
Can I ride it?
Now that's Andy talking, and we all know it.
You know what? You know what,
Serious?
Jane?
I would reckon yes.
Yes. You and you alone, beside me, may ride.
James, does Jane have any? Are there any obvious like keys to a flying ship?
Not at all. You
I
don't see a
figured no.
flying ship anywhere. I mean,
No
it's a
flying
cave
ship.
in the middle of the jungle.
All right, what about just like cool stuff? there anything cool in the cave?
Well, she is sitting on a box of dynamite and smoking a pipe.
Box of
Two
dynamite.
things you generally don't do at
Right,
the same
no,
time.
yeah, I mean, unless you're an Acme character.
Yes, unless you have some sort of connection
Right.
to a wolf.
Right?
Or some sort of magical control over explosions.
Yes. Oh, true.
Yeah, not a single sign of any airship nor any keys.
You know what, Jane? I mean,
And
I'm just throwing this out there. I don't see no flying ship, and I wonder if maybe you lied about it to like boost
I'm
your
sorry,
reputation.
you're trying to suggest that I would lie
Double ones.
about something?
Right. Well, I mean, maybe you could just prove to us that you got a ship. I mean, where is it? I don't see no ship. You see a ship? You see a ship? You see a ship? I don't see no ship.
Not
Now-
immediately. Oh, put down a...
Here's the thing you gotta understand.
Guards.
When you have a special skill, special abilities, and those special abilities get you special technology, and it's one of a kind, there's a lot of people that kind of want it.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So what I'm gonna need from you, in order to use my ship, is your help getting my ship back, because somebody done stole that sucker right out from under me. So if you want to use it,
Oh!
I throw my hat to the ground. Start ranting.
You're just.
I knew she didn't have any kind of shit. I told
Right.
you we shouldn't have come. I know I didn't actually say that, but I thought it.
I could see it on your face.
Thank you.
I was expecting something so much worse. Let's go ahead and find that ship.
Yeah, Jane, you've been sitting around this cave for about 3 days trying to figure out a way that you could get into Salt Ditch and get your ship back, and you just haven't been able to come up with a way. I mean, it's crawling with
And
not only
then-
Carnotaurs, but some of those damned invaders are in there too.
well, the nice thing is,
Andi Jaymes.
But
I
you were by
couldn't come up
yourself.
with anything good. And then a whole bunch of suckers just walked right up to me and asked me if they could help me get my ship back.
Andi Jaymes, I am so very disappointed in you. I haven't seen you in weeks and weeks, and the first time we show up, you send us on a fucking fetch quest.
I was about to say.
Look, man, it's like
Look,
the
this
best
is how
parts
I
of
say
Spider-Man
hello.
2, the video game from PS2. You know what I mean? Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, that was
It
fun.
was fun.
All I'm saying
You
is,
know.
if Andy wasn't in there, I'd be walking out of this cave right now. But luckily for Jane,
Would you be walking out of this cave? I don't know.
I would very quickly jump in. I'm just
flying
all
down.
right.
No.
So
Hippity-
where's the
hippity
ship,
hop on it?
Jane?
Right, so. You ever heard of Salt Ditch?
Mhm.
Salt Ditch?
Great, can you take us there?
It's only the biggest coastal Carnotaur fort in the area.
Salt ditch. Yeah.
Are you ready for some daring do?
Oh yeah.
Are
Always.
you ready to face down
No.
the biggest, baddest pieces
No.
of dino meat you ever saw?
Oh yeah. Throw my
No.
hat down again. I like what you're saying now, Jane.
I will watch from above.
Guys, this playing cowboys is taking a big toll on me right now.
Uh-huh.
And with all the loud noises and such, can we just find that place and go kill all the people and take the ship?
I think that's
Well,
a
that's
real
a
good
fun.
idea.
That's a. that's just a bit of daring do. Let's do it. Come on. Come on.
Wyatt, grab hold of yourself. Not really a dinosaur.
Not
Not
when
really a cowboy.
When Al was in charge.
I know.
I am both. I am both.
I'm so.
Don't you ever tell 10-year-old me that I am not a dinosaur.
I am incredibly tempted right now to
Don't
to
tell
speak in a
32-year-old
very
me
slow
that I'm
drawl
not a
and take my
dinosaur.
time with this decision.
Don't tell me.
But we
period.
don't actually have time for this decision.
Right. Let's go to the salt ditch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Just
Sorry.
kidding. That was Al. I get it.
Too much.
We
I
cool.
don't think
Sorry,
that's too
headphones
much.
people.
I liked that. Oh. Work.
James, what do we know about Salt Ditch? Do we know?
The largest carnotaur forest.
But I mean, like, is it? Have people gone? Is there an easy way to get in and out? Is it? Can the train
Well-
take us there? Can
You guys have a bunch of advantage in that you are all already carnivorous dinosaurs.
that is true? You are not.
Right, but we could always pull a Death Star.
What's that?
Well, I mean, you're going to a prison, right? You're all already carnosaurs. You've got a most likely very wanted Vegisaurus in tow with you. I could be Chewbacca in handcuffs.
You gonna be tasty?
I am down for Chewbacca in handcuffs. I will also offer that I still have Loki magic, and I could disguise you.
I understood half of what you said, but I love it.
Fair.
Let's save the magic until we need it.
All right, I'm down for Chewbacca in handcuffs. So basically, what we as carnivores, we're gonna go to Salt Ditch, and we're gonna gain entry by bringing them a
By
prisoner.
bringing a chewy snack.
I mean, you're still going to have to disguise everybody.
No
but
problem.
Right.
We're all infamous.
Yeah.
Notorious.
In that case, I'm going to.
Love to
Y'all
put on
know
a
you
show.
must be.
Oh, I'm in the middle. I'm at 12s. How awful. Okay.
Oh man,
I'm gonna use the meta
we
point.
just got the
Meta point used.
here.
And I'm going towards Rosie because I will use disguise to at least help us. I don't think I'm going to change the dinosaur that we are, but just the coloring and the facial. You know what I mean? So it's that way. It's I don't know. I feel like you're not trying to make a tiny T-Rex into a big dinosaur. It's the same idea, but just different colors.
We gotta get ready for our part.
Oh gosh! Oh, I dropped my down. Roll 4 dice. 5 and 7 is 12 for and I. Do you want me to roll disguise or do you want me to roll magic?
Which are you using?
Well, I guess I would have to use magic to make it work because
Well, not necessarily.
I could use disguise.
Yeah.
I'll use disguise to 12, so I beat it by 8.
So what? You need some paint. You need some. What do you need?
It takes a couple of hours
I got
for her to put all the work in to change the coloration of your skin.
I like that she really just drew mustaches on all.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Giant mustaches.
To change your clothes around a little bit. All the things that make you easily identifiable as who you are. Altered just a little bit. Well enough that it might even pass close inspection, but if somebody already knew you, probably not.
Well, I am notorious.
You've done a good job.
Oh
here,
my
Rosie.
God!
About your
Calamity
skin.
Jane, why are you wearing green face?
Jane, were
That's
you
so
saying that if
offensive.
my roll was better, it would...
Not particularly. There's
Okay.
not much you can do better along disguise in those parts. And what I mean is if someone knows you, not they saw you once passing through, but if one of your old accomplices or not so accomplices were to come across you, then absolutely they would be able to identify you.
Gotcha.
That's what you get for leaving an enemy at your back.
I didn't understand a word of that.
That's what you get for laying enemy.
Leaving an enemy at your
So,
Ah,
What did you
second
Ultimately, it got there around. Yes.
second question. Do you know where your ship is in Salt Ditch? Like, once we get in, do you know where we need to go?
well,
Not particularly, but it's a big airship.
Right,
yes. See, the thing is,
Longer than a football field.
it
The ship is?
she real big.
It's a Zeppelin.
Yeah.
She big.
All right, so we'll see it. No big deal. All right, let's just keep going with the
No,
plan.
well, now
Only the
let's
first-
see her.
It's only the first Zeppelin ever made by anyone.
Okay.
What?
Oh.
Where did
Tied it together reminds myself.
You're
Hashtag MetaPoint happy birthday Maggie. Thank you for being the amazing, funny, intelligent, talented person you are.
Aw.
You're one of my best friends and you love me even when I'm sorry. Have a day as wonderful as you.
Oh, I love you, Liz.
cute?
Facts are facts. There ain't no day that nice.
I love you, Liz. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
You're so sweet. Sorry.
Hey, but there's meta points back in the store, guys.
Hooray!
So, I guess we go. We travel to Salt Ditch.
You are not far from there, as Calamity Jane has been pondering for many days now how to get in and steal her airship back already.
Oh, good.
She just had to come up with a good plan.
And a good plan walked right through my door.
Chewbacca in handcuffs works every time.
Every time.
The fort itself is massive. At one point, before the whole Civil War broke out with Carnotaurs, it was one of the largest cities on the continent. Now it's mostly militarized and filled with Carnotaurs, and not a pleasant place anymore. Most of the allies that they capture in this area that don't get transported to prison by whatever special criteria they decide get eaten here.
Okay.
And so a lot of hungry eyes are affixed upon Arthur as you lead him in.
Howdy. 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 Howdy.
Licking lips, they look very hungry.
Howdy.
Arthur, do you mind if I ride on your back?
Yeah, you walk on my two legs. Oh, you're tiny.
4.
You can ride on my shoulder.
Yeah, I just want to be like, arr, arr, to the other dinos. Like, he's our pride. It's like, get away, arr.
Yeah, you do whatever you need to do.
I don't know if dinosaurs.
You want to be the angry chihuahua on my shoulder, you go right ahead.
Yeah, I do.
Unsurprisingly, the majority of the dinosaurs that you go by do not find you that intimidating.
Yeah, no, I know. It's more of a it's an ego boost for me because I think it works because I'm very cowardly.
You don't obviously see just an airship sitting out anywhere, but there's a lot of structures and buildings made from wood and vines and the like here that kind of block line of sight. You want to find some kind of vantage point to give yourself the lay of the land.
Oh,
You got a little flying guy, right?
I just fly into the air a little bit.
Good call.
I feel like I shouldn't be applauded for that thing.
No. Use your avatar.
Using your avatar. Flying up into the air and doing a nice little circle. The area is heavily patrolled here by much larger carnivorous dinosaurs than yourself. You do quite easily spot what could only be a Zeppelin. I mean, Rosie knows what a Zeppelin looks like.
Yeah, she's been a big Zeppelin fan for a while.
Well, Coretta has never seen one in her life, as this is the first Zeppelin to ever exist in this world. It is close to 400 feet in length.
Damn.
Whoa.
There's the Spider-Man joke at play, but
There is.
let's just let that play.
It is at the center of this overall compound of a city. The majority of these structures near it are made from that funny metal-looking stuff, and there's a couple of those flying ships parked there.
How guarded is the Zeppelin?
There's about 6 dozen Carnotaurs in the area of it, watching over it.
So a lot.
Yeah, in addition, it's right next to where all those little metal structures are, and the funny metal people that are walking next to them.
Yeah.
Funny metal people.
Why are we taking this?
2-legged people that seem like they're made of metal. I mean, they're
Struggling real
Covered in
hard
the
not
stuff.
to try to take one of those little metal people apart and find out what makes it work.
I'll
I
come
need
down and
one.
relay all that
I need
information.
8.
That the Zeppelin's over. It's where the Zeppelin is relation to where we are.
But there's also ships over there.
There's ships over there, and it's guarded by at least 6 dozen Carnotaurs.
How many is that?
Rosie, will you make a mind roll for me, please?
I will.
Or if you have an engineering skill on either sheet, you can use it.
No.
A science could also
We
apply.
don't specifically.
No science.
Okay.
I am just.
Roll against the old mind score there.
All right. Okay.
An older mind score today than it was yesterday.
Oh my God! I got it right on 6.
You seem to recall that the early Zeppelins were filled with hydrogen, which is a highly flammable, explosive gas.
That's true.
Nice.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. How would we feel about maybe blowing up the Zeppelin to kill all the dinos and then stealing one of their ships?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, all right, okay.
I'm sorry.
That means
You're gonna blow up my airship?
no. We're gonna blow up your avatar's airship. Suck it up.
Arthur, could
at
I
her
get
teeth,
a
suck at her teeth.
engineering roll from you, or a mechanical roll, please?
This just means that we have the opportunity to steal some additional airships, so we all end up.
It was a 2 and a 6. So
You're
little
telling
bit
me
for
they
the better.
have airships too?
You don't believe any
No.
of these bodies
Mine
are
was the
anatomically
only
suited
airship.
to even fit into one of those airships. They're meant for
Unfortunately
short,
true.
pink fleshy, weird creatures, like the one you saw killed. And she might be able to fit in one. She might be able to fit in one, but
What about those of us that have the ability to shape change?
that might make a difference.
Yeah.
Now,
But they're also single occupant vehicles.
There's 2 of them.
Oh, they can't even hold passengers?
They're not built to hold passengers.
can they carry
Oh.
more than their weight?
Wait.
Like, could you strap a body underneath one and carry it that way?
We
Because
can
I
make-
gotta be honest, I'm already overweight for many passenger dinosaurs.
Sure.
No,
I mean, of course not you
We can
so
do
much,
Yeah, I'm
mini
small.
Rex.
I'm small.
I'm just saying.
to-
I
Scale.
guess that just means that you're gonna have to.
Our combined abilities can make us steal one of those ships if we need to. And make enough room for everybody to sit.
Hey Crash,
Hmm?
do you how do you want to blow up the Zeppelin?
Well, there's lots of ways to do that.
Why are we
Right, I
talking
know. I'm
about
just
blowing up
wondering.
a ship?
I'm wondering if you have an idea. Like I can
I'm
fly
listening.
up
I'm
and
not
drop something on it.
I'm not on board.
Sure, it can be done. I don't know if we're there yet.
All right.
I mean, that's really just step one if that's the way you want to go. If we get into a chase where we're in the Zeppelin, that's just all bad for us no matter which way you look at it.
That's true.
If that ship is even, if the other ships are even lightly armed, we're just immediately dead.
Right. Okay.
Well, you're immediately dead, aren't you?
They're identical to the ones that was chasing the train in the previous adventure.
Right, so they do
Blew
have a
up
shield.
the train cars by blasting.
But those ships
plastic.
are also made out of that metal, so they're not going to be terribly damaged if that dirigible does go up. So here is what I propose.
Okay.
18 time.
Okay.
You have scary powers too, right? What are you bonded to right now?
And James is bonded to quite a few things.
Right.
many strong personalities.
Right, but I don't need their personalities. I need what they can do.
Okay. Let's see. So we've got spy skills for sure.
Good. Those will come in handy.
We've got demon blades. We've
Groovy.
got super strength.
Mm-hmm.
We have a little bit of teleportation.
Groovy.
10 feet. Only 10 feet. Misfortune. Got a lot of that. Heck of a lot of resilience. Fast as anything. And a gambling addiction.
That's the best superpower of all.
I know.
I can also probably help teleport if needed.
What we're gonna
And I'm
need.
really into beards.
So we're gonna have you on, obviously, putting a hurt on things. That's what you're gonna be best suited for this.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. Could you say that again? I'm just gonna not look directly at you.
Because beards.
Luckily, I'm in a reptile body right now,
That's
so
true.
I gotta worry about it. My
Oh,
beard is
you
made
thought
of
there was like a
my
wall
beard is
there or
made of
something?
bone protrusions.
I'm sorry. Whew. Could you
t-shirt that says
could you
that?
say that again a little slower?
That would be a terrible hack attack, but I'm
beard
very
is-
into it.
It would be awful, but you know, do what you're gonna do. It's your
Yeah,
money.
be like I support
Beards
them.
on dinosaurs? You can't do that to
All right,
me.
so
Drawback.
6 does. We
Cannot
got
do
72
that.
dinosaurs that we need to kind of
Just
get
not
rid of
fair.
on the quick.
No problem.
Now, if we're gonna steal one of those ships, they only hold one person,
which
which
is
is-
problematic.
which is problematic unless you have some sort of
Unless,
ability
no.
to shape metal.
I
Make
would
that a
just
bigger
like
ship.
to point
At the very,
out.
we can make like basically a cargo container
Is
to
there-
stick on the bottom of it
I
so we
did-
can carry everybody
could
if we
I-
need to after
maybe
it's done.
if
I'm
I
going to
could
use
possibly
my
just
Wyatt buff
put in there.
Move anywhere on the slider. All right, Wyatt buff is used.
to go full pilot.
All right.
Feeling better, buddy?
This is awesome, but no. All right, so we've got drivers, we've got plans, we have things.
Oh my.
It's getting real.
I can set up some bombs and distractions to keep people looking here rather than looking for us.
Well, and Wild Jill also has a rage thing that makes people look at her.
Yes.
Right, but
Plus-
we need her to be shaping metal.
Well, you also have a mechanic.
That's true. Shape the metal with my mind.
You have, well, that too. But the two of us together could do something real cool.
We could also do a performance.
We could also do a performance.
Oh, performance for some of them.
Okay.
Just throwing that in there.
Right, but I like the idea of we take a ship and we add an undercarriage that she shapes,
Well,
and then we
why-
all can fit.
Why
You
would
have a
we
fair amount
take
of that
just the
metal
one?
material that
Right.
you've been dragging with you.
Mhm.
Why would we take just the one ship when we could mash several ships together?
Well, we got 2 of them over there, so if you can find a way to stick them together,
Oh,
we
I'm
can make it
sure.
work.
Right.
Oh, you don't know the twisty little
If it can still fly, I can
entrails
fly
of mind. We will mash 2 ships together like that,
Like cousins.
Right.
like
But-
they were meant to be.
So while you want to mash 2 ships together, that still means only 2 of us could go, unless are you gonna
Make a little
take out the
sidecar.
inside. I mean, I guess I'm viewing as we have this metal
Uh-huh.
that could hold all of us that we just add to a ship, like he said, and then we're quickly in and out.
So what I'm thinking is, are they like helicopter ships? Like what kind of ships are they?
They look like little spaceships.
Yeah, they're like little, think of like little starfighters.
Yeah, they're
So
not
like
particularly big.
we could have
I
one on
keep
either
picturing,
side
like,
of
the
a metal
Naboo
tube,
fighters.
and there they go,
This
just
is
going
like the
through.
weird
just
liquid
sort of-
metally kind of.
Maybe.
Kind of like V, if you remember that.
Yeah.
It incidentally, and I apologize. However, y'all's dinosaurs are. It's kind of cool.
No, I'm 100% with you.
I'm really sorry. It's just okay.
Oh, no,
let's go.
Okay,
Pretty cool.
okay.
Pretty
So the plan, as I understand it, is you're gonna blow up my beautiful ship, the Maybell.
Maybell's a good name.
Jane spent 4 years building that
I
ship.
did 4 whole years
4 years.
with my little dinosaur arms and my ambition. I crafted this ship, and you're gonna blow it up in 4 seconds, and that is okay because we're serving the greater good, or at least that's what the voices in my head have said. And in the interim, pint size
Oh, I don't know about
thunder
that name.
lizard
That's better. Thunder
and
lizard.
I.
Thank
Pint
you.
sized thunder lizard. You're like a storm in a teacup, okay?
That's right.
So, pint sized thunder lizard and I are going to mash 2 ships together to make something that we can hopefully use with blasters, but also something that will carry all of us.
Yeah, it has to do 2 things. It has to fly, it has to carry all of us.
That's it.
Stealth would be a nice
Bonus.
bonus, so if you can keep it light and fast.
Yeah.
Right.
We use some of that extra metal.
Yep.
For extra room.
Now I got some stealth on my sheet, and I got some theoretical science, and theoretically I could mash those 2 things together.
Same. Got lots of stealth over here.
Okay.
Add.
I will help with covert ops, trying to make space within the ship.
Okay, so we need we need the ship team and we need the distraction / kill everybody team.
Yes.
So,
Ship team.
I have a feeling I'm on the distract team.
We might need your
Gotta
magic
go
to
out
help put that ship together though
there
too.
and shake your little tail feathers.
Right.
The ship's our first priority. So
Then
if
who's on the distract team?
the sniper,
Mm-hmm.
I can actually help on the distract.
the explosives expert,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy who can make lightning appear.
So we're put the ship together team, and you're the distraction team.
Right.
All right.
You
When the distraction starts,
want
you
a
get to the
mechanic
ship.
and an
Follow
inventor on
Aquamarine
that,
because
okay?
she's gonna be quieter than you.
And heaven help us if the distraction team sharks.
May I ask, what is the distraction, or how do we?
well,
We can't. Oh God, we don't
I'm
have a
a
way to talk.
wanted
Like
dino in
no
a
one to come
lot
back
of
together. Like
places.
when the ship's done. Like, hey, we're ready.
It's in the same area.
So we'll be good. Okay, you'll see. Okay, great.
know that you're promising.
Because apparently
I
we
know
think
my
that an
mom's here.
exploding ship is not distraction enough.
Well,
Oh, it'll be plenty, but I don't think that explosion, even as horrible as it is going to kill all of those people. Some of them are too well trained to know, when to take cover and how.
right.
Even if it's a big surprise,
Take cover in
they
my
might
ass.
not get killed just because they have large dinosaur bodies blocking them from the impact of the explosion.
Oh.
Right.
I know a
Not to
bit
mention
about
the metal people.
Yeah, I know a bit about explosions.
Do you know?
Yeah. The metal people, right. How
Right.
many metal people are there?
Two-legged metal people.
She saw about a half dozen walking around there.
Great. Well, one of them would probably help make a good portion of that compartment if you run into those guys. Just letting you know.
Ooh, good call. The metal on the metal guy.
The metal people, do they look like automatrons? Like,
No.
Do they look like humans wearing suits?
So far, the
or
only
like
one who's
robots?
seen them is Peretta and from a distance. So it's hard for her to tell. too
Preda.
much.
Oh.
James.
Yeah.
Just because it's not on my sheet, how much can I lift?
Maybe 10 pounds.
You weigh more than 10 pounds, don't you?
I don't. Yeah.
Significantly more.
that is not really polite to ask.
I'm the pygmy dinosaur.
I'm proud of my weight.
Because I was
we
hoping
know
I
you can
could
lift.
carry, we could fly together over there.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Andrew's
carrying. But if I can only lift 10 pounds, I
Can't
can't.
see.
Because you're
Now remember,
awesome.
they have plenty of air support. So being in the air might not be the best idea. Staying low to the ground might be
Okay.
your best shot.
I would like
I can
to
get us over
do
there.
a knowledge roll of how they perceive enemies. The
Wait,
invaders.
so if we
Go ahead.
stay still, they can't see us?
Give me a knowledge roll.
Well, I mean, maybe they're
We'll
T-Rexes.
see how much you know about these invaders with your ridiculous font of infinite knowledge.
Beat it by 2.
Beat it by 2. Well, you know a few things about them. You know that they're versed in this whole metaverse thing and probably have methods of detecting pilots. Not just, regular old intruders.
So they can see us.
You also know they're fairly advanced and futuristic. The metal people are probably people wearing things rather than
Like armor.
metal people.
Okay.
Okay.
But we're still surrounded by a bunch of dinosaurs as well.
I share that with the
All
rest
in
of my
sundry.
dinosaur.
So
Yes, all and sundry dinosaurs.
are y'all on Team Distract?
Yep.
Or the three of you?
Yep, and we're
Team
Us three,
ship.
you two.
We're team
All right,
ship.
we got this.
I'd like at some point to get my claws on the ship
Sure.
as mechanic and theoretical scientist.
All right, Jane.
Thank you.
After we magic it, you can.
Most
Yeah, okay.
dangerous.
James, is there any type of uniform
That's
that
exactly
the
what
dinos
I
are
want you to
wearing or
think.
badges
Not
or anything?
particularly.
Okay.
It seems to be based on a very personal, they know each other sort of thing.
Yes, well,
How far
I do
are
know
we
an
from
Ankylosaurus.
the area where we need
No,
to
no,
get?
The central compound, come not more than 300 or 400 yards.
Okay, we're very close. Well, I know I can stealthily get there. We gotta get there together.
You want to stealth?
Or,
All right.
Do you think that the voice mimicry? will
I
apply
think
here?
I'm gonna keep voice mimicry in
Okay,
my back
keep it for later.
pocket in case we get caught or something happens, and then I can maybe just mimic a voice I heard. But I like the stealth. Okay, so we're gonna stealth.
All right, give me a couple of stealth rolls. As
yeah, you-
attempt to
you
approach
totally-
the compound.
Can.
I
Oh,
need 2 of them from you.
that's
from
cool.
each of you.
I'm using my Rosie buff
Oh, Rosie buff used.
to go all the way over here so I can get a nice, good stealth number. Because Rosie ain't stealthy.
I beat mine by
That'll make it harder to detect if people are scanning for pilots too.
9.
Oh,
Being
yeah.
full avatar.
That's a good point.
makes
Oh.
you-
You might want to go
Beat
closer
1
to
by 9?
Avatar too.
I am 1 away from. Oh, closer to Avatar.
Yeah, because they won't be able to see the pilot as much.
Good call. I'm gonna. I don't want to use 2 of them.
You could use your buff and go all the way over.
Oh, dang.
All right, buff used.
Thank you,
Alright.
chat.
So the 2 stealth individuals are full avatar.
I am out of a buff now.
Plan.
Just pointing that out. I have no buff now, just in case you were wondering.
Wise tactical suggestion from Crash Jackson.
Crash
Yeah.
Jackson does tactical suggestions.
That was great.
now.
I beat
That's-
myself by 5.
That's part of
By
his.
5, I need 2
wheelhouse.
total stealth rolls from
He has
each
a
of you.
wheelhouse.
So I've got 5 and 9 for the first 2.
Ooh. I beat by 1.
Beat
That
by
one.
9.
Beat it by 1 and 9 for the second one. All right.
Oh, my mom
can
said
read
I
it
need a
off
buff. Maggie needs buff.
Maggie needs buff.
Thanks,
Thank
Mom.
you, Priscilla. You're right. Maggie
Priscilla.
does need buff.
Maggie needs buff.
Instead, she has skinny and balding.
Mask.
No.
No, right?
I love
me.
you.
Just not the level where I can see.
that's
That's
the
the
You make your way
actually
block to
critical
block,
part.
Come on.
Okay.
using the shadows, gliding around things. Get into a little inner wall that they have to separate that middle compound. Scramble over the top of it.
Yeah, Prada.
Get behind some more boxes and crates and a mound of dirt, and you are really close to those flying machines. Both of them just parked and sitting there on the ground. You have a much better view of what you saw from the air. Those metal structures look more like just metal boxes. They're very
Okay.
You're not really familiar with it as a dinosaur, but give me a mind roll.
Okay.
See if something from Rosie bleeds over in there.
Beat it by 4.
Looks like, like prefabricated structures that people would bring in like piece by piece and immediately be able to assemble.
Oh, they IKEA'd it.
Yeah, the very IKEA
Oh. Bad.
Oh man, the IKEA Metaverse is
They
scary.
brought it all in flat, and then they constructed it.
But the
Here.
meatballs are so
Probably-
good. So what do you do?
It's probably like the quarters or whatever that these invaders
Yeah.
use when they're not walking around in their metal armor and flying in their metal ships.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, I
Fighting in their
really.
little metal wars against their metal verses.
I mean, I want to go in and like see if I can steal something from their quarters, but I know that's not the mission or the plan, so I'm going to stay on task.
Meanwhile, our distraction team,
Uncle
what are you
Marine
guys
is
up
so
to?
So finding a really good sniper position for him is my key.
There is a clock tower.
That'll overlook that dirigible.
There's a clock
It'll
tower.
overlook
area.
everywhere in town. A clock tower.
Awesome.
What do you
Everywhere
say,
in
Wyatt
town.
Maxwell?
Well, yes. Let's do that.
Great, and we can we'll just go up to
I
the
was
clock.
just gonna yee fucking all over it.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get him to the clock tower first.
But that's not as fun.
Well, then we get to go down in there and just mess everybody up.
Then you get to yeehaw.
Before we break off for that, I'm going to leave her with as many improvised explosive devices as possible.
Mm-hmm.
For her own ability to calamitize.
Mm-hmm.
She is carrying a respectable amount of dynamite already.
I
Yeah,
sure am.
Right, but now
I'm
he's
not
added
gonna tell you
chewing
where.
gum and wire. So
Get to it. I'll
lots of
do what I
of
can.
cover. Lots of cover fire, and I'm gonna blow up that dirigible as soon as you see the explosion. Just get down there and start killing,
I can do that.
but only the bad ones.
How do I know the difference?
I don't know. They're dinosaurs.
So every dinosaur with teeth is a bad one to you?
I mean,
Oh, he didn't say that, but
It-
yes, that is what came across.
I don't even think that
Um,
Arthur has that kind of prejudice. I mean, he's been running with you guys for a while.
That is a fact.
And I have never once eaten you, sir.
Jury's still out for me, but you seem alright.
All right.
With those little teeth? Oh, Andi Jaymes.
Size doesn't matter, baby.
He means well.
Somebody
He means
lied
well.
to you about that.
That's a fact.
Andy
It's
knows
funny
that.
because it's true.
funny.
Case in point.
It's funny 'cause
Case in
it's
point.
True.
Shazam. Right in the middle.
Wait, I'm sorry. No, I'm not even.
Of the
I
balloon.
will not go down that road.
Right in the middle of the balloon. You want to hit the middle gas chamber of the Zeppelin
Nope.
with a bolt of lightning.
Above it.
Well, I'm going to teleport there using a bolt of lightning. The
The only way to get around.
really the only way to get around.
Bolt of lightning comes down from the skies above, and the
Jesus.
detonation is massive. That is 100 points of damage to anybody within the vicinity of the explosion. And I need body rolls from the two of you, as even as where you're standing is going to be hit by debris and shrapnel.
Shit.
Oh God.
Body roll.
See if you get to cover in time.
Oh, we have nothing. I don't. It's
I
bad.
rolled one
Failed?
over. One over my
One
body.
over?
Oh, wait. Aquamarine's body doesn't matter right
Yeah.
now.
You can help.
Nope.
Go on.
Nope.
One damage to each of you from shrapnel and debris, and both of you are knocked over from the blast.
Thank you. Well, that's Patreon for me, so thank you, Patreon.
No.
Yes, thank you, Patreon.
That one was painful.
And it
I
isn't
missed it by
just one
12.
single explosion. This Zeppelin is several different gas bags linked together, so it's kind of a
Gas
chain
bag.
reaction explosion. And it is massive. It creates a crater in the ground. Probably killed about 40 or 50 dinosaurs outright from the explosion.
That's helpful.
And
Blew
they
down the
thought
entire
that it
outer
was a
wall.
comet.
Both of those IKEA-esque structures are knocked over on their sides. One of them completely collapses from it. And while the flying ships aren't damaged, both of them are shoved over almost all the way to the outer wall from the explosion.
Noble gas indeed.
Are the the housing units basically that we found same metal, so they're not destroyed, just knocked over?
Yeah, they seem to be the same kind of metal.
But there's no actual damage to them. They just got moved.
Moved a lot. Maybe bent.
Okay.
I'm just standing right at the center of the explosion, shaking, clearly, going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
And before any more craziness ensues, I want initiative rules from everyone.
Ah! Initiative.
Okay.
I'm sorry. My dice
Oh,
just
no,
got
you're
rolled.
fine.
The big boys.
Big boys.
Use your big boys.
I can't, oh God, I can barely hold them in my hands.
Oh.
They're just so big, man.
James, I got a 10.
10?
Okay.
25.
25.
I think.
Louis, what did you guys look at that?
Except
What is
your
the four?
initiative's a lot higher than mine. Oh, are we going off?
1.
You can go off of that. You're not all the
no.
way Avatar.
I guess that's true.
So you can add 6 instead of 4.
15.
I think I'm gonna do that 24.
15. I thought you were 25.
I thought that the sword was a 10.
Oh, okay.
Is that 1?
15 then.
21.
21.
Darn.
24.
24. Impressive.
Guys, some meta points would be really cool right now.
28.
28.
I don't want my character to die on my birthday.
No.
No.
And it's about to get real violent.
I don't want Maggie's character to die on her birthday.
We're all set.
You have 2, they say. Okay, all right, we do have 2. Thank you. Right,
Crash,
you're
you're
right.
going to start us
Thank
off
you.
with 28.
But I'm a
Okay.
Gryffindor, so I need to get all the way over
Do not
there.
tell a kid.
I imagine there's nobody in my direct vicinity.
I'm here.
as I
That
was-
just means I can
There is no
punch.
individuals within about 50 meters of
We
you.
do have 2
Everyone
meta
else is a
points.
little
You can.
further than that. And the ones that were within 50 meters, that not much left of them.
Good.
But it didn't seem like that explosion even remotely bothered the armored individuals one bit.
Oh, good. Well,
It's also-
let's see how they like the old tail whip.
Playing an
Oh yeah, you use that tail, boy.
That's right. I'm gonna give him the backside teabag.
All right, there are 3 pairs of them scattered throughout the compound.
I'll go to the pair that is nearest the ships that they're trying to.
Okay.
That way I can be near my other pilots.
You want to tail whip one of these individuals?
I want to charge tail whip one of them.
All right, give me a fighting roll, please.
I will.
And yes, everyone, there are still 2 meta points.
There are, yeah, no.
2.
So yeah, we're
Oh,
we're
wait.
good. We're good.
Wrong thing. I'm gonna use my buff. That way I still beat it by enough to hit their dodge bonus. Do they have better than a 4?
They only have a 2 dodge bonus in that armor.
Nice.
Then I hit them by 2.
Oh my god.
Hashtag cool rule. Is this what you want? Are you not entertained?
Thank you.
Yes,
Mark.
I am entertained. Thank you.
That's gonna come in handy if you can survive the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how that happens. So that was a success by 4. You said what's the
Yes.
damage on that tail
50.
whip? Make sure you include Crash's damage bonus.
Oh,
That's
80.
damage. 80 points. That will be just enough to break through the armor and do a little bit of physical damage. You knock one of these guys straight into the wall, but he gets right back up from the hit.
Did you use your buff for that?
No.
Okay.
No.
And
you can tell because
James,
only one guy got hit.
That's what I wasn't sure. Yeah, okay.
You will be next.
I believe I was fucking-hawing on them is the technical term.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that entail? Make sure you're very descriptive for our audience at home.
I would love to tell you what that is. All right. Can I get a real quick just...
There are 3 pairs of these armored guards scattered around the compound here. One set was relatively close to those flying machines, and Arthur here charged into one, knocked one of those guys right against the wall, but he just got right back up. Got a nice big dent in the front of the chest, though.
All right. I think I'm going to...
And you got a nice bird's eye view, too, currently.
Oh, am I up there? I didn't realize I was with you. I thought I was on the... All right. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take out 2 of my improvised explosives, Yi and Ha, and and
I like that.
and I'm gonna take out, I don't know, a slingshot. Why not?
Viable.
Or wait, action lever rifle.
A slingshot is a viable method of propelling an explosive.
It is, absolutely. I'm also Raptor Claw jump kick. Can that like throw things further? Can I make that a thing that throws things further? I just with the sound effects.
I mean, if you had the sound effects, no, it still wouldn't work.
all right. Slingshot. I'm slingshotting Yi and Ha at the fuckers to fuck them up.
And which one of these groups of 2 are you going to be fighting at?
Well, I feel like I feel like I don't want to throw explosives quite at my friends who are dealing with the and maybe draw some things away. You're cool, but there is a group that's very close to the ships, and I would like to draw them away as opposed to
those other
hit
2
them
pairs are...
and maybe our friends
The
here.
other 2 pairs are nowhere near your friends or the flying
Let's
ships.
do one of the other. Well, heck, why not? It's an explosive. One at one at the other.
All right. I will take... wait for now. I'll take 2 shooting tests. That's a multi-action penalty of 2 to those shooting tests.
Could you use athletics since it's throwing?
I will allow athletics. That's fine.
They're the same.
No.
Multi-action penalty of 2 still stands.
Damn class 5s.
I know, and I'm on 10s.
Now, if you want to move a little closer to pilot and use the skill from your pilot sheet, you can probably do that.
Shooting 16, which is better. Athletics is 18, though, since we're maybe doing that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move a little. Well, but that puts me on 12. Okay. All right.
There we go. 1 meta point used.
All right.
Take
Nice.
both.
I'm taking both. I'm taking both. All right. No, I just have very small hands. Okay.
They're very big.
They're very big dice. That was good though. Oh.
All right. Here we go. Jeez.
They are big. Wow.
Oh my.
I would roll again, but I feel like I'm probably not going to beat that.
No.
What did you have for that one?
6.
6. You are doing something very dangerous. And so what's that say on your sheet when you're doing something very dangerous?
When I am doing something very dangerous, when doing something incredibly dangerous that risks injury to herself, Jane makes 2 rolls on any one skill check related to the action, keeping the best result.
Nice.
All right, so you are making 2 of these different rolls, so you can save your roll twice for the second attack if you wish.
I think I will probably.
All right. So that first one is going to be successful, and that
Right,
second
well.
one.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
so
we're gonna beat it by
yes.
10. We're gonna beat it by 10.
All right, you have 2 beautiful shots with your slingshot, launching these improvised explosive devices through
Nice.
the air.
Oh my god.
Both detonate upon impact and launch the armored individuals off their
Come on,
feet.
I'm on
accuracy.
D10s now.
Launch the armored individuals off. their
Actually,
feet.
they're double D10s. Oh, I'm fired.
No, you're not.
And while they're incapable of ignoring the physics of the explosion, because they don't get the benefits of things like cool rule, it doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage to them outside of blackening up the exterior of that armor of theirs.
Give me a drink.
Oh, I just realized. I'm so sorry, Christian. Did you give us the medal?
Yeah, you've got it.
So okay.
She'd be carrying it.
Right,
Not
I'm
you,
just-
'cause
I'm
you're
just-
too small.
Right, I'm just sorry.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
was just double checking.
I got you a medal.
Oh, did we not?
And I've got my armored individuals at 22 going next. The one that you just launched against the wall is going to fire his Mark II plasma rifle at you.
Ooh, plasma, my favorite.
Oh, he's a plasma rifle?
Weird.
That's a
And that will be a 6 on his 12 shooting, beating
Beating it by 6, which my dodge bonus is 6.
So he will hit with that one. The one in close combat is going to attempt to physically strike you. That will not beat your dodge bonus. So the shot does hit. It is only
Fastest angular
40
sword ever.
damage, but it's his armor piercing 20 of that.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Like plasma would do.
Yeah, it's kind of burny hot.
ow.
Melty, nasty. Really bad.
How long does it take?
It goes
to
through how
fill
much of
those
it?
plates?
It ignores 20 of your armor.
And it did how much total?
40
I
damage.
don't like any part
Yeah, I'm
of
fine.
this.
Okay. Whew.
Two that were blown off their feet, recover their standing. They're going to be firing as a multi-action penalty. Also, at you.
Also, the Mark II plasma rifle, don't you just call that a Leo?
He's got jokes.
Leo laughed,
Leo
everyone.
laughed.
Leo laughed.
Yeah.
Both shots go wide as they're trying to not hit the their
Yeah.
ally in hand-to-hand combat with you. The third pair is both going to fire at the clock tower with their plasma rifles.
But has he even fired yet?
No, but somebody launched explosives from there.
Oh shit.
Fair.
Out of a slingshot? where did those come from? Oh, didn't you see the slingshot flash?
Well, the great thing about the Mark 7 body armor they wear is it has motion tracking. It's got a whole suite of wonderful things that make them way better than anybody on any planet they invade because they
You
like to
would've
have
thought-
technological superiority.
Yeah, imagine
Blah,
that.
blah, blah.
Now, neither of them are firing at individuals in the tower. They're actually shooting at the tower and blow a huge section out of the side. Your footing is very precarious at this point. That tower could come down at any second that you are in, but it still is there for now. Our next person will, of course, be Wyatt at a 21.
Oh, look at that. So, where are the folks scattered around my friends that are being
There's
attacked?
one in hand-to-hand combat with your friend, one about 15 feet away from him against the wall. They're the closest ones to these two as well, and the airships. And then sort of across from where the airship blew up as they were launched across that compound. Equally distant from you, but sort of to the left and your right, the other two groups.
Okay, so I am going to drop down, and what I would like to do is, I want this to be only one attack. I'm just trying to give flavor.
You gonna
Talking
make it
through it.
spicy?
Just low.
Little
Just low.
spicy?
Just low.
Spicy.
Just low. I want to set up an Ollie 1-2 on the one that is attacking Crash.
Okay.
So I'm only using the right as a means to pop them up to where I can throat punch effectively.
Ah, I see.
So you're doing what?
So I'm throat punching the one that is attacking you.
From
With
a
the rifle?
distance with a rifle.
No.
Or
Because I'm full. I'm full Wyatt at this point.
Oh, so you got to jump down from the tower?
Yep.
We're doing a leaping Superman punch from the tower.
Well, no. I'm okay. Fine. So leaping down, giving a little slap to the head, just so that I can get that nice throat punch.
Nice.
I'm
With the
gonna
left.
need an athletics roll followed by a fighting roll.
Yeah. Beat athletics by 4.
The jump does not hurt you, and it seems to have knocked him off balance. It'll line up with that throat punch attack.
Beat fighting by 4.
Beat it by 4.
All right.
That is his dodge bonus, so that's going to hit him. What's the throat punch damage?
So, throat punch is a 50.
Okay.
And what I'm specifically hoping to do on this is land with a slap coming down,
Kapow.
come back up with the left.
It is quite the vicious punch, and it's like punching something harder than concrete when you impact
Ooh.
it. But you still managed to dent in that throat armor just a little bit.
Would you say it was like punching a bank?
No. Banks are a lot softer than this armor.
I
Oh.
was gonna say crash. We might have a new tactic.
A lot softer.
Punch them in the throat. I think this will work on. No.
15
No.
with Aqua being next.
Okay, so we were just knocked to the ground,
Yeah, just off your feet.
and we describe the setting of where we
There is a
are.
big crater in the ground where the airship used
Yeah.
to be.
It's
Off to
summer.
your left and to your right are groups of those armored
Like
soldiers
my
that have been firing at different people and things.
Yeah.
Very near to you, about 15 feet from you, is Arthur in hand-to-hand combat now, also joined by Big Al,
Yeah.
fighting one in close combat. And to their side, there is another one that they had been fighting that they knocked against a wall that is over there as well.
And how far am I from the ships that we
The airships, you're very close, just slightly closer to the airships than you are from their fight.
Okay, well I'm gonna go toward the airships to get to my mission, to shape the ships.
Okay,
Yeah.
what are you going to do with these airships? Talk to me.
Oh, well we want put ships together and make it so that we can all be inside using our extra metal.
Well, you do have that lovely metal shaping capability from using
Yes.
your boosted.
And I want to use my boosted.
So you're going to use your boosted to
Use
join
my
these ships together and then make some sort of container underneath that can hold passengers?
Correct.
All right. That your boosted does not really require any rolls, but I want to,
Yeah.
for artistic sake, I want
Sure.
you to give me something to show how pretty and how nice this looks when you're done with the product.
A roll for that?
Yeah, you tell me what that's going to involve.
Okay. How pretty I want to make it? Would
Yes.
sleight of hand be applicable here?
That actually would be.
Or performing
Performance.
arts?
Yeah,
Performing arts,
would be
either
great.
of those would be
Performing
applicable.
arts.
Sleight of
Let's do
hand and how
performing
good
arts.
you are with the hand motions of performing arts.
Finally,
This
performance
is
art is
sculpture.
worth something.
This is sculpture.
Both of them?
You could use either or, your choice.
Okay. I'm gonna go with performing arts.
God, I
because it's a
feel like
higher-
I've got an
higher one.
English
I like it.
degree.
Sculpt your masterpiece.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, I got it just brought right on. Like on 16.
That is still enough to succeed.
And I haven't used my
You have
points
not
yet.
used your Patreon.
I'll use my Patreon.
What does it give you this week? What do you have? A +2?
I have a +2.
Won't do anything.
Okay.
All right.
I'll save
You
it.
have enough to make this. It's nothing
But I have,
particularly
but I have two
special.
attacks.
You
I have
do.
2 attacks.
You
Can I-
could roll a second time.
That's not pretty enough.
All right, give me a second performing arts roll.
Good.
And sparkles.
Oh, okay. That one I beat by
A lot.
16 minus 5.
Oh,
So you
11.
beat by 11. That's a critical success. It is
Oh.
the most perfect
Yes!
sculpture you have ever
This is
made
so
in your entire
beautiful.
life involving discarded metal and 2 spaceships.
While Jill is crying about it. This is
I mean, it's
It's so
perfect.
beautiful.
That is amazing.
Y'all are gonna love
You
this.
have never ever combined pieces of metal and 2 spaceships before to make a prettier thing. It's never been done.
Oh,
I sink to
beautiful.
the floor. My knees, my little knees.
Rosie,
Well, the ships are together perfectly. That's taken care of.
seems
So-
like it.
Our main mission, at least on the outside, is done. So I'd like to go in the ship.
Pick a ship. The cockpits are still,
There's
separate
still
from
2
each other.
cockpits.
Right. But I'll choose the right one.
All right, the one on the right.
Yeah.
The one on the right.
That sounds
Getting the one
perfect.
on the
Right?
That's
Yeah.
the one I would have chosen.
Do you have any
Yes.
mechanical or engineering-based skills at all?
No, I just want to get in it.
I know.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't, but I
Then you'll roll against your mind score to see if you can figure out how to open the cockpit and get in.
Oh, I see what you are doing.
I'll try and get in the left one the next chance I get.
Yeah, my thievery
Right.
won't help.
The two of you that can't fly a ship.
I have driving.
I need you to pick me up.
You need
Pick me up.
piloting.
Yes.
You can drive it over to her.
Indeed.
No.
It doesn't have wheels.
I could perform as a pilot.
Oh God.
On TV?
What did you want?
Maybe you can seduce the
Mine,
controls
since
and
you don't have any
That's
mechanical
it.
scores.
I haven't seduced anything in a while.
Seduce the
I'm
controls.
going to use my
Yes.
Patreon. Thank you so
Hey
much,
there,
and then I will
dear
beat it by
shit.
3.
Beat it by 3.
Buttons.
You find what
How
looks to
have
be
you
some
been
sort of
doing?
catch to open it up.
Seems
Okay.
like you've
And
been
it takes a little bit of
lonely.
force to move
Want
it
a
open.
soda?
And it pops completely open. You can
That's so
see
many.
straight down into one little tiny seat. There's not a lot of room in there.
That's okay. Are we facing? Are the ships facing away from the combat or
They're
towards the
kind of
combat?
at a tilted angle since they've been forged together in this thing that's sitting on top of an apparatus.
Right. I should phrase my question better. Are the guns facing toward the combat or away from the combat?
They're facing the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of controls inside of that.
Yeah. There's a
cockpit.
lot of buttons.
Hundreds of buttons and little
Yeah.
levers.
And I really want to touch all of them, but I know I'm not supposed to touch all of them.
Well, no, you can totally touch all of them. It's your birthday.
Oh
That's
God.
right. Is there
Yeah.
a special birthday?
You want to ruin the plan. You're totally.
I don't want to
you're-
ruin the plan. I don't want to ruin the plan.
Also, what a clever fellow who went to a Holiday Inn.
I know, right?
Isn't that what the commercials say?
I like that one.
Yes.
I
I'm a
think so.
pilot, but I did have an avatar that stayed at a Holiday Inn once.
All right, James. I haven't done. So I don't know if you want that to count as my attack
No,
getting
it's
into
not
the
at all.
ship. Great. So I get it. There's too many buttons here, and
There's a ton of them.
I'm gonna mess this up. Also, I'm terrified of them. There's too many buttons. I'm very
Then
scared.
Why are you doing this?
Look, just let me finish explaining.
Optimism said it would be easy.
So now I'm gonna get out of the ship.
Oh, you would only opened it up. You would not get into the
Great.
ship at all.
I see the buttons and I get more scared. So I turn around.
Maybe it works like an elevator.
I did not
Nope.
do that. Did not do that. Did not do that.
You haven't even gotten in there.
I'm gonna jump into one of the housing units,
Okay.
and I want to see what's
The
in
one
it.
that's dented open is the one that's
Yeah.
really. There's a couple of beds that are crushed.
Okay.
A couple of foot lockers, and like one of the beds is kind of underneath where one of the walls fell down, and there's like a foot and leg sticking out of it, like somebody was inside there before
They're
it went on there.
squished.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. What about those lockers? Yeah. What's in those?
couple foot lockers.
Yeah, I think I should open those foot lockers.
They have no locks.
Shoes.
There's no locks.
They don't seem to have any visible locks.
Oh.
People in referee clothes.
I guess I open the foot lockers.
A kind of simple
Fair.
jumpsuit, like what a pilot might wear, with some gloves and goggles and some
If
boots.
only we had
But-
a necromancer right about now.
But nothing protection wise.
No.
Good for checking. It was a good check.
Yeah, I was hoping maybe a shield or a suit or something I could hand to one of you to help do something.
The problem is they're people suits,
Right.
and we're not people.
Not
Right.
currently physically people.
Dinosaurs
I
are
know, but
people
if there was a
And-
shield in there, you could.
These pink squishy things are a lot smaller than most of them. I mean, they're bigger than you, and Jill is heavier but slightly shorter.
Very
You know, she's
sturdy.
got tail and other parts that these soft pink squishy things don't have.
Yeah, that's right.
There's,
I guess
there's
in
a
that
joke to be
case,
made there, but I am not yet drunk enough to attempt it.
I guess what I'll do then is I'll use voice mimicry so that to the
There you go.
guys who are attacking them, it doesn't sound like a new voice, and let them know that the ship's done. I'll be like, "We're all good. Ship done." Something.
And whose voice are you mimicking?
One of the guys who I heard.
Ooh,
when
do
we were-
Christopher Walken.
No, because we heard
Christopher
the
Walken
when
to a
we were
Walken.
walking in, there were all those guys talking at us.
They're
And,
all dinosaurs talking, yeah?
yeah. So it'll be that.
All right. Then that is what is said. And we're going to go to the top, but I kind of want to use that cool rule from the top, so I'm going to need new initiative rolls.
All
to
right.
determine who's going to have to
Yeah.
tell us what we're doing first.
Cool. Whoop.
You don't
It's,
wanna
Well,
roll my double
put
double
mine
well.
oh, lovely, lovely.
Because I'm like, red.
No! Hey! Ships!
Yeah.
19,
No.
James.
It's all.
19 for
I mean-
Rosie.
It's what we're doing. They're
19.
fine.
I got 18. I admit.
18 Aqua. What was that over there?
21.
21 Wyatt.
19.
Same as Rosie. Interesting. And Crash.
25.
25.
Sometimes numbers line up.
Well, you and Rosie make a quick roll off to see who actually is going to have to go before the other one.
Oh!
13.
13 for your second roll versus
Oh no, sorry, 17. I had to
17
add
for
4.
your second roll.
Versus 21.
Okay, so we're gonna put
Boom!
Andy at 19.5, and you will be at 19, which means that Aquamarine is gonna have to walk us through what she would do if she could do anything right now. In
During this
situation.
particular Maggie rule of cool.
Right.
Yep, this isn't.
No, look, I'm not kidding because they're all like, oh, we have to vote.
You have already gotten votes and you haven't said anything yet.
I know, and it's very terrifying because I.
Pressure.
Yeah, now it has to
pressure.
be cool.
Ding, 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 ding. No matter what you say. it will-
No, not today. It doesn't.
No, it's fine. And she gets a little bit of extra time because it's a special day.
Oh,
On
that's
a
actually
special day.
Keep doing
No.
That's an
you go
amazing
ahead.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
It's fine.
I met Bobcat.
It's funny. I was really going for the sand comas in Spaceballs, but I guess I'll take what I can get.
Man, we ain't found shit.
So, Aqua, if you could do anything right now, what would you do?
Okay. So they're all three of them. Can I see them all being engaged in fighting right now?
Oh, yes.
Visually.
Yeah, I look super into it.
How many people? How many dinosaurs are there fighting them?
Well, there are no dinosaurs fighting except
it's-
your friends.
Oh, okay.
We're the only dinosaurs fighting.
It's the armored people that are there. The dinosaurs kind of got blown up.
So okay, for my rule of cool, I'm going to put on a performance for the fleshy
Blew up that dinosaur.
fighting
Okay.
the bipeds.
I like that
I'm
term.
gonna jump up using my performing arts skills and my bardic performance skills and my cat-like abilities and do a song and dance.
Song and dance routine.
Sort
for
of a
Aqua?
narrating what they're
McCorky,
doing.
yes.
Mainly just to distract them so that in my song I will artfully communicate to my cohorts that the ship is ready in the song, but they'll be so distracted by how amazing it is that they won't even, that detail for them will just fold into the storytelling aspect and they won't even apply it to the current events.
Excellent. All right, that is what we have from Aqua.
But it'll look like
Rosie.
this.
Adventure of
The
cowboy
birthday girl.
dinosaurs.
Yes, I tried to.
What is your birthday girl plan for this rule of cool?
My birthday girl plan
Birthday
is
suit. Birthday suit. Birthday suit.
my plan for the rule of cool. You might not let me do. What I would like to do for the
Rule
rule.
of cool.
Excellent. For the rule of cool, I'm gonna use a bunch of my magic. Yes. So what I would like to happen is above them in the sky, we get a huge image of a crow. Because I'm also missing my girl, Maddox.
Well, I feel that. Plus, it can't rain all the time.
It can't. The crow is then going to disperse, obviously, into many tiny little crows. That are then going to come down, but these little crows, since I don't have the power to actually life suck or do the stuff that she could do, they're all gonna have little Gatling guns attached to them.
Right.
I mean, why not?
Right. And
Fair.
so
yeah.
as the crows dive, they do little Gatling guns at the bad guys, specifically aiming for
Why not laser eyes? No, you're right. This is. You're right. Too
You're
crazy.
so much better at this than I am.
Laser Gatling.
Laser Gatling guns. But they're gonna be going for the eyes and parts of the body that maybe aren't covered by this protective, or at least that maybe could be broken into more easily.
Okay.
At the joints.
Why not both? You know what? Why not both? Why? It's going to alternate between a bullet and a laser.
Okay.
That's the Gatling gun. Why not both? So that's what happens. My girl, I'm channeling some Morgan. We get some crows that have tiny little Gatling guns on them.
All right, we've heard from Rosie. How about
Cool.
from Andi Jaymes?
Okay. Andy, under the influence of Jane, is gonna do something stupid.
Yay!
Because
Not as
I've
stupid
never
as
done
that hat.
that before. So I'm thinking teleport is a free action on your turn up to 10 feet within sight. I'm going to attempt to fly by teleporting 10 feet at a time. And since I never technically land, I'm going to count it as one turn. Over to where our flying machine is.
Okay.
So that I, who do have pilot skills, can fire up our escape plan.
Awesome.
Noise.
Wonderful, wonderful.
She's gonna fly it.
I like that. Let's go to Wyatt next and hear from him.
So what I'm going to attempt to do, I still am full Wyatt, just in the body of an Allosaurus. So what
An
I'm going,
anthropomorphic Allosaurus.
an anthropomorphic Allosaurus,
Which
that
has
is-
just got to be the cutest thing anyone's ever
I
seen.
mean, that's all I'm saying. Any hoodles? So
So precious.
Anyway, I am going to attempt to pick up and take all of the various incendiaries that have been wrought by dinosaur and man alike, pick all of them up and consign them in the place that will do most damage to the nefarious assholes that are trying to
That are getting attacked by us.
yes,
Let's be
that
honest.
are getting attacked by us. Let's be honest.
So I'm gonna mark that one down as burn the assholes.
Yes.
I like it.
Burning the assholes, burning the
Assholes,
assholes, burning the assholes. Just
Oh,
like
so we can
burning-
call it. We can call it the buffalo wing maneuver.
Yes!
Nice.
And so we go.
The buffalo.
And finally, Crash Jackson. What would you do?
All right, I am still engaged in melee with this power.
Yes.
With this power armored human. Just
Who's been punched in the chest and
Right.
the throat.
and we're punching each other, and it's not doing a whole lot. So finally, I'm gonna grab my tail and trip him and see if I can pick him up with it. And then when he's still like, he's gonna be dangling by his ankles. When he spins around so his back is facing me, I'm gonna reach in and really punch just the back where I assume the power port in that powered armor is, and I'm going to drain the power from it as I activate Hacksaw, so I can drain the power from all of their armor at the same time.
You should never put that center mast.
Tails.
That's cool, Christian.
Tails tickles.
Yes, my
Wow.
tail stickles.
Okay, you guys have heard all of those options, and we're going to take a quick break. And while that's going on, you guys vote
Nice.
and tell us who the winner is. And we'll be back in 5.
We'll see you in 5.
Bye.
So how
Masters of the Megaverse on the zombie. Well, it is Maggie Doyle's birthday.
Thank
Which,
you.
once again, happy birthday,
Thank
Maggie.
you.
We all love you very,
Happy,
very
happy.
much.
Okay.
Also,
I
glad
love
to
her
have
most,
you here with
though.
us.
That's true.
That's true.
That's
You do
true.
love me most.
Yeah, we just can't top your husband's love for you.
I know.
As much as we all try, it's never going to be the same.
impossible.
I just...
All right, we had just left off with doing a rule of cool to see what they were going to do with these remaining threats and to get these ships and escape this terrible, terrible city full of adversaries. And I believe you have a vote result for us. Who won, guys?
Oh,
Was
come
it Maggie?
on.
Was it Maggie? Did
What?
Maggie win?
Maggie.
Maggie. Better be.
All right. Well, that means that everyone else still has to try, but with an atrocious penalty.
You see, I planned for said atrocious penalty on this particular one, knowing that there was no way in hell that I was going to win. I actually included my buff as
You
part
did.
of the hack attack, or as part of the rule of cool, so because I knew I was going to have to spend it in order to get it going.
That is always a wonderful dirty pool maneuver to use. I have done it myself, and Maddox was famous for it. In fact.
Yes.
Well, that's because her buff was broken.
Her buff was broken.
Specifically for rules of cool.
It's almost like we made it that way.
I know.
Who would have possibly done
What?
such a thing?
It was you, and it was me.
Well, let's start over with Lady Aquamarine and her attempt to distract these people with song and dance while informing her friends that the ships are ready.
Well, I did beat it by 13.
Even with the penalty of 5
Oh, no.
thrown on,
No.
that's still
No.
a
With
success.
the penalty of 5, I beat it by 10. 8.
Ah, that's still enough to succeed.
That's still great.
in
That's a great
distracting
roll.
song and dance. So they are distracted by something. And give us a little taste of this song
Yeah,
and dance,
oh, here.
please. Here, Maureen, give us just a
Try
little.
not see me.
Yes.
Hey everybody, I made a ship and it's great. It has nothing to do with what we're doing now though, so don't think that it does. Look at my cool dinosaur body. That's the chorus. Look at my cool dinosaur body. And then I do like a dance where I like it. It's very cat-like though dinosaur.
Lovely.
And I keep singing that.
Kitty cat dinosaur?
Yeah.
Now,
Kitty cat,
what about
kitty cat,
teleport?
dinosaur, Kitty cat, dinosaur. Kitty
And I
cat,
can have them all
dinosaur.
chanting that.
Kitty cat.
Dinosaur.
Kitty cat,
It
dinosaur.
doesn't
Kitty
sound
cat,
very good
dinosaur.
through the mechanical voice boxes, but they are
They're
very
doing
much.
it.
Yep, they're chanting it.
Dinosaur,
That
kitty
is
cat,
lovely.
dinosaur, blast him, dinosaur.
Yes.
Kitty cat, dinosaur. Kitty cat, dinosaur. Kitty.
Miss
They're
Andi
very
Jaymes, how about your
Yeah.
teleport flying down into one of these ships?
Yes, what am I rolling on?
For you, well, I think I'm gonna want an athletics roll because it's all about
Okay,
physical
okay.
control on these teleportations on the way down. So you don't just fall.
And I didn't actually get to
Against
go see it.
athletics, you say?
Yep, with
You
a
got
minus
it.
5
I got
penalty.
it. I got it with -5. All right. Oh, dear.
Oh boy.
Oh.
That's a 22. 20,
That's a-
22.
Yeah, that's a
22. You rolled a
22.
22.
22 on it.
So how bad is the failure margin there?
It's several.
It's 8.
8, a failure by 8, not enough to make it
It's
a
a failure
critical
by, it's a failure by 4.
Oh no, yeah, she was using it.
Oh, only a failure
Only
by
4.
4? But that's not nearly so bad. You will take 10 damage from landing in the cockpit a lot faster than you planned on and hitting some things on the way down. It wasn't as
Like my
smooth.
pride.
It wasn't as smooth as you thought it was going to be.
Boing, boing,
But you do pull it off. You just didn't plan for the velocity to maintain, even when you put yourself
It's
in the
hard
seat.
to be
Also,
a velociraptor.
Also, you're kind of the wrong size to be in the cockpit anyway.
Yeah, it is really uncomfortable in that.
You are the most human size of the dinosaurs here, but at the same time.
Your tail gets in
I
the way
am
on the
only
seat.
slightly larger than a terrified child in a kitchen, okay?
Well, and that is really the way that goes. The kitty cat, dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
That's just for you with special guest Aquamarine.
Yeah, I it is the next hit.
And now let's see the my favorite, burn the assholes, the buffalo wing maneuver.
Assholes, burn the assholes.
I'm not sure what skill you're using to gather these things together, so tell us what you're using.
I am using covert ops.
All right, you still with a -5.
Yes, for a fairly large dinosaur trying to creep about and get all of these bombs together. No, 3!
Beat it by 3! You managed to get these explosives together and get them in their positions, and it would have failed if they weren't distracted by the song and dance and have lost their dodge bonus of 4.
Yeah.
Also, as I'm walking away, no, sorry, your tone's all wrong. I'm gonna stab you in the face with a soldering iron. But I just do that to myself.
That one's for him.
That's just for me.
So it's more of a, oh, your tone, so wrong. I'll stab you in the face. Soldering iron. Oh.
And Crash Jackson.
That's from Joe Dirt. I love that movie.
How about the punch them in the power port hacksaw maneuver? Again, -5 penalty.
Mm-hmm. I am familiar with penalty. Let's see. What would that be? I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's see here. If I'm using my mechanic skill, since that's what I gotta find the power core, right?
That will be applicable. Mechanics, fighting would be applicable in this case because you are doing some punching.
Ah.
Your choice.
Well, I'd rather beat it by 6 than 4.
All right. Beat it by 6 is again a success, especially with
Using hacksaw?
no dodge bonus. Hacksaw used means you hit everyone.
Great. How many of those guys are there?
6 in
Oh,
total.
Velociraptor.
I know, that's actually.
Wait, where is this?
No.
Raining
It's
the power
best
packs
joke.
on their suits.
And I'll just save that for later. About 20 each?
You're going to be looking at equivalent of 50 each.
I
So
literally
300
don't have
total
any
in
tattoos.
power that you would drain
I kind of
from
want to
that.
get Velociraptor.
Ending with our
Just
success,
say.
our birthday girl herself.
Channeling.
The crow illusion in the sky. How big is this crow illusion? How gigantic?
Let's just say that darkness covers the earth for a moment.
Hello,
It's big.
darkness, my old
It is a
friend.
giant like that. They all notice it and look up because all of a sudden it's just dark.
And then disperses into flocks and flocks of smaller crows with Gatling guns that are firing a combination of bullets and lasers,
Yes.
targeting the eyes and
Yes.
joints of the armored
Yes.
individuals.
As the sky darkens, I yell, "Meteor!" and hit cover. I prepare for the next ice age.
I like it.
While distracted and being
This Final
burned
Fantasy?
completely from the outside by the explosives and having their power packs drained, they are very vulnerable to this attack and they are shredded to pieces by your flying horde of crows that you manifest.
And somewhere deep in my soul is a little bit of warmness as Maddox from the other side gives me a little like.
Well done. Happy birthday, Maggie.
Thank you, everyone. You were very sweet.
It's the improv table. It's the power of the
What? What?
That's what happens. Just gotta check the facts.
You now have the aircrafts to yourself.
Well, let's.
The inner compound area is in ruins.
Let's GTFO.
Yep. All right. All aboard, everyone.
Who's flying?
Well, I'm flying one of them.
And I might fly. I'm gonna try to, but I've gotta change a little first, and that is gonna take some doing.
Actually, I have a question. Since we actually have a small bit of time and we do have the mechanic now, would it be more helpful to rearrange it so there is only one pilot?
Yes.
We're still on the quick getaway train.
Gotcha. So just get out and then we can make that change and then we could have one pilot.
In
I'm
the
with you.
air. I love this. It's gonna be so much
Beat my
fun.
power usage by 5.
That is enough to reduce your size by about 30%.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna do the classic Zeus shape change into something like a human-sized swan or whatever. Well,
One
my
swan.
God.
One swan.
no, I'm probably just gonna change into regular man size and.
Why don't you be a raptor too, and then we can be like,
Clever girl.
Okay, cool. Real quick, everybody take care of all of the mirrors and flip them. We don't want Zeus getting any ideas.
Hardy har har. Ain't you a funny one, Wyatt?
Yeah, I invented comedy.
You're old enough.
Hey, what happens if I put this throttle all the way forward?
Oh!
I will take a piloting or engineering-based check from anyone trying to fly one of these.
I am currently piloting.
I'm
Wait, what dice do I use for this?
What dice are you on currently?
Will
I
you
think
accept covert ops and spy stuff?
Nope and nope.
Damn it!
I will not.
What
Sorry.
about driving?
Yes,
Okay.
loud things coming.
Driving?
Sorry, loud things coming. Okay, my piloting is 14, but I'm on the wrong side of my slider.
So you're going to be rolling 12s against that.
Yeah, you are.
Oh shoot.
Let's
That's
see,
on
even
calamity.
with my
nothing.
plus 2, I beat mine by 4.
Beat it by 4.
Okay,
I fly real good.
okay.
You can do this.
We're called meta pilots, guys. You should just learn how to do this stuff.
Okay. I don't know why I thought Andy also had piloting. Don't.
Andy does not have piloting? Is that what you're
Somehow
telling us?
Andy does not have piloting.
In this case, maybe just let me drive so we're not trying to fly the
have
ship in 2
Two
different
ships.
directions.
They are attached.
They are. Oh, so it doesn't matter.
They are physically attached.
So one can drag the other.
You're kind of...
Okay.
Flying
well,
is a little wonky, but it's
but-
happening.
I can still roll twice, right? Like that's a real thing that can happen.
Oh yeah, by jumping on the controls at
Because
the
this
same
is-
time, that would definitely be doing something dangerous, putting
I
yourself
agree.
at risk. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
But-
Yep.
But we were fine. Why would you?
Okay. Yep. Okay. We're gonna re-roll that. We're gonna that. I mean, that was the.
Eight?
I mean, it was
That's not
no, it was an 11 on 14, so that's not bad. It's not too big.
It's a
You know?
14 on 14.
Yeah, the 11 on 14 is better. It's a lot
The
better.
two of you managed to somewhat fly in sync. It moves around quite a bit and vibrates a lot. Pushing the throttle all the way down has you hitting Mach 5 in less than a second.
Beautiful.
I will use either your pick on this, covert ops or tactics and strategy, to try and
Combine our
Link.
efforts.
link the piloting system.
I'll take a tactics and strategy as you try and relay commands. And with everyone else who's not actually flying in that physical car, I need you to roll against your body score as you hit Mach 5 and are slammed against the walls inside of it.
Can I help with computers? Oh, you got it.
Beat it by 7, but yes, please, by all means, help with
Computers?
computers.
Oh, I have computer stuff too.
Oh, that's our body.
Yep, roll against your body score as you are thrown against the interior walls.
I missed mine by 2.
As the flying craft reaches Mach 5 in less than a second.
I missed mine by 6.
By 6. All right, you two are pinned against the
The
wall
real
and physically
thunder
unable
wizards.
to act.
And I'm going to make another power usage roll to attempt to mentally contact Andy so she can kind of get the feel for what I'm doing.
All right, give me a
And
power
vice
usage
versa.
roll.
Oh man, yeah, it's a great idea.
16. I right on the money.
All right, you have briefly, somewhat reflexively linked minds with both Andi Jaymes and Wyatt Maxwell relaying
Wow.
commands to try and keep things in a focused plan.
All the dinosaurs.
Now we can use the force.
You are going very fast. The passengers that you have in
Always.
the small attached chamber are pinned against the wall
Yeah.
from the speed.
Okay, we'll slow down.
All
We'll,
right.
we'll slow down a little bit.
You're gonna make me roll for falling off the side of the ship?
No, you kind of just slide down.
Okay, sorry. I'm not used to actually experiencing at this speed, so
More loud stuff.
Sorry.
Oh, thanks for bringing down that speed there. Good
Yeah.
old Jill can't handle
I don't
that.
experience inertia the same way you guys do. I'm so sorry.
And that was only about 50% of the maximum throttle that the vehicle is capable of. You're pretty sure if you maxed it out, even being in the cockpit in your current ships would not be safe without the right kind of gear. I mean, except for yourself, Crash. It would be bad for all of your passengers,
Oh,
though.
we don't have a clarity. God
Possibly
bless
lethal.
it.
Right, it probably doesn't hurt that they're dinosaurs right now.
No. That is the only reason they don't have a bunch of mangled and broken bones and bodies at the moment. But you are now miles away from Salt Ditch, just over open ocean.
All right, so where?
We gotta go to the prison. But
35 miles to the east of Salt Ditch.
Well, we're
About.
probably almost there.
Yeah, you're probably about halfway there. In a span of seconds.
Oh, so what's the plan?
Wow. Wow, Arthur.
You haven't really worked out a plan from
No
after
idea.
this point.
Sorry.
The plan was get the ships. They haven't worked out any other plan just yet.
So, what's all y'all's plan?
We're
for,
just breaking all the non-humans
needed
out the
my-
prison, right?
Yeah, okay. So you needed my ship, and you blew up my ship, and so
Well-
now you've got a ship.
Now that being said, it was a better bomb than a getaway vehicle.
You know, Jane, it's only fair that I give you my train as payment.
Oh.
It's only fair.
That is so sweet.
You're gonna train me?
Wild Jill is fair. I'm gonna train you. I'm gonna drive my
On the train.
On the train.
on the. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna bring you
You're,
up.
you're, now
You're gonna touch
You would say, yeah, okay.
with your little arms.
With my little arms. Do I have a little conductor's hat too? Just a little conductor's hat and a little bit of
course.
mayhem? It's
Don't
gonna be
even need to
something good.
ask.
If
Does
not,
the
we can get
train
you
have
one.
a name?
You know what? I've been so rootin' tootin', but I haven't had time to name her.
Should we name her together?
She has
we
been
should.
very rootin' tootin'.
Just that we ruminate on that.
Well, let's ruminate on by the end of this.
We got her name.
Oh boy.
Right, so what is our plan to break out all the prisoners? We can get there now, and quickly. But,
I guess we gotta land, so
right.
fly casual.
How do
A lot of Star Wars plans today, guys.
Yeah.
She was
Fly
vodka.
casual, my favorite
I was
plan of
going
all.
to say him
James,
but I mean,
when
choo-choo
when
vodka.
Trent was giving us the lowdown, what was the
Both
what's
good.
the guard situation at this prison?
Wasn't quite sure. The only thing I could
Okay.
really tell you about it is entirely run by the invaders. There were
Right.
no dinosaurs present there except for those that were prisoners,
Uh,
which all seemed to be selected. He couldn't tell what the selection process was. Most of them just get sent to be slave labor, but every so often they'll just pick one out and they take them away.
It's because they can have a pilot in them. It's got to be that. It's got to be that these dinosaurs
Probably
are pilotable.
likely potential avatars.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so, if you all will give me a moment.
Sure, I'll just put it in neutral.
Thank you.
Yes, as
Oh
will
shit,
I.
that worked.
Yeah, it just sits.
Go ahead and drop me off. I'm gonna take a walk.
On the wild side?
Where to?
In the
Just
water.
around to take a look at what I can see from the outside, what I can get in terms of shifts, and
Oh, 'cause he's got
and
prison.
folks.
Right, we got to get you to the island before we drop you off. I
That's
understand.
all I'm saying.
I thought you
Guys
wanted
get
me to
dropped
drop
off
you off
in the
right
middle.
here, and I'm like, well,
No.
Ocean full of large carnivores?
I can't swim.
Lovely.
You know, I
Another
never
beer
could get my butterfly going. Otherwise, I could, sort of stay the course.
I mean,
Can boat, yes.
Yes, he can vote.
Gloating about boating.
I could use sorcery or god magic. I can't move there yet. We don't have any clarity.
Right, you can't.
But if
boat.
I get away from full
I can't boat.
avatar, I mean, I could send a message to all the prisoners,
believe it.
or try to unlock all the
He's not
doors at
voting
the
for
same
him.
time, or
Hilarious.
Oh, let's get some eyes on the prison. See what we've got for a
okay,
layout.
okay, eyes on
right.
the prison. Let's do it.
Eyes
You
on the
continue heading east out to sea, and it comes within the visual screens on this thing are really great magnification.
Magnification.
Yeah, really great magnification and all kinds of little readings. A lot of it you can't read. It's in a really weird language.
Well, but it's the same kind of tech that Zenda was using before.
Oh, very much so.
I'm
You have a lot of familiarity
Yeah.
with some of the basic functions of it. A lot of stuff scrolling across, and it looks like as you're figuring out that when the pilot gets in this, it's traditionally linked up into whatever suit they wear and relays a lot of information to that pilot individually
Okay.
that you're not really getting without the suit link up, but you are getting a fair amount of visual stuff from these magnifications. And this island is essentially a rock just sitting out in the middle of the ocean. that they have built this massive steel structure on. It's very dome shaped with an opening in the top. And there are no walls or no doorways on the outside of this structure, just the opening in the top.
We got
Made just for VTOL entry.
Yep.
It looks like it.
Hold on to your butts.
And it's about that time that you can see a little beeping light going off on one of the screens.
Uh-oh.
Oh, of course.
And a small message reading across it. And something about an unknown aircraft. Auto destruct sequence initiated. 10, 9,
Voice mimicry.
7,
Voice mimicry.
Override!
5.
Voice
4.
mimicry.
I do the voice mimicry.
3.
I respond.
There's no one is saying anything. It's just on the screen.
I
Countdown is
can't.
going.
Computer check to over, like,
Go ahead and give me a computer's check.
Tactics and
All of us?
strategy to help try and.
Only someone who's using that system, so I could take it from one of the pilots if they're
Okay.
using computers.
Computers?
See what you can do.
Sorry.
Nope.
Just dropped one of my massive dice. Let's see, where did
I got
it
her.
fall? Oh, okay. Alright, you got her.
I take it mechanics wouldn't work.
I'll need something computer related on this.
Sorry, thank you.
Just for
The way it is.
Only from a pilot.
Not a pilot.
Okay. We are at 8. 8 on 12.
It's better than
so
I got.
Beat it by 4.
I'm just by 1.
Alright, you are able to stop the destruct sequence on your craft of the two.
Jesus.
And you are only able to delay yours by a few seconds. You're going to need to get out of that craft before it is destroyed.
Everybody's
Instead, I'm gonna just EMP my side of it.
Nice.
I'll take a power usage roll from you.
That'll do.
It does, in fact, work from the inside. You become acutely aware doing it that you couldn't EMP this thing from the outside.
Right.
It's like it's specifically shielded to be blocking EMP type effects and radiation upon it. Like they designed their crafts to be immune to EMP pulses and the like. But it's dead, and half of the ship is kind of drifting and pulling behind. The piloting is much harder, and all 100% on you. I need another piloting check.
Of course you do. Why would not you need that? And I'm still rolling against. Okay.
Yep. You got this. You got this. You got this.
Okay, alright. This is very dangerous, right? I can tell
Oh,
these.
this is very dangerous.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll
2
that
more
again.
all rights and we would have got sued by Outcast.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna beat that by 2.
Hey, you
Alright,
beat it.
It is
I
kind
beat
of a spin path, and you don't really line it up all that well, but you think you might be able to crash land it on the island without killing everyone.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take those odds.
I will take one more piloting
Let's-
check from you.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
Alright.
There's a lot of drag with that EMP side.
Why
over
don't
there.
we find out? Okay.
The
got this,
passenger
Jill.
compartment is
Jane.
very
Yeah, okay.
uncomfortable at
Okay.
this point.
Oh,
Oh,
you're right.
Jane.
I will either beat that by 1 or by. Yeah, okay, by 7.
Yes!
I
7
really
is
like
great, and
this
it's good enough of a
advantage
bounce
roll
crash landing that you
Boom,
don't
boom,
even
boom,
manage
boom,
to
boom.
hurt anyone on board.
Thank
Get
you
bumped
so
up,
much
bounced
for
around.
Hashtag MetaPoint Andy, just remember you control the relationship. Be Jane's partner, not her passenger. You're strong enough just as you are. Abby wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pax.
Awesome.
It's a bouncy land, but you managed to land on the exterior of this giant metal dome.
Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, the emergency exits are here, here, and here. If at any point you become sick during the flight.
I'm using a meta point.
Is it a metal point?
Yeah, I just don't want to be all the way
I
over.
did not pack vomit bags.
Well, that's not legally our responsibility.
Can I get one more computer's roll from you, Crash?
Computers? Didn't I shoot my computers out?
Yes, but to see if you picked something up. A little extra information you might have gotten.
Can I use notice?
By
then?
the by.
All right, I'll let you use the notice.
Sorry, just like my computer score is 8.
Okay, I'll let you use the notice score.
And I'd rather beat it by 8 than miss it by 2.
Yep.
You're pretty sure that signal came from somewhere in orbit.
Oh.
Interesting.
A bit.
Oh.
That explains something.
Huh.
Well, you can.
But you've crash landed here. Not too horribly. And there's a large metal dome that dominates the majority of the island.
No, I really don't like domes.
Yeah, we're not a big fan.
I know. I chose the shape on purpose.
I'm gonna also
You
use
don't like
a
them?
meta point to move away from full avatar.
Thank you, chat, for the meta
I
point.
got some wits about me.
Yes, well, I
James.
seem overly familiar with them, if nothing else.
Yeah. Well, let's get out.
Does this dome look like it's made? Is it like see-through? Is it made out of the
It's
same
made out of
metal?
that same kind of metal.
God bless it.
Seems like they
As the
use the
ship-
same kind of metal for just about everything.
Oh, we don't have boosted.
Nope, not currently.
You could just walk up to it and
No.
just make a doorway.
Investigation to see if there's a way that I can separate it
I'll take an investigation.
to get in.
See what you can figure out about this structure.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do we recognize this metal from anywhere else? This is the first time we're seeing this. Okay.
These airships and this one.
Beat it by 4, I will use my chat bonus. Thank you. Which means I beat it by 6.
All right.
Right. You do a pretty thorough investigation of this, and you believe that the only entrance is through that opening at the top of the dome.
All right.
Seems like things flying out, but something else, that opening that's up there is a lot bigger than one of these flying ships you've used. Like, a lot bigger.
It
Can
could
I?
hold like a mothership size vessel.
Something probably about 5 or 6 times the size of one of those ships. Not ridiculously huge.
Like a
but-
battleship.
But something bigger, definitely.
Would you guys like me to climb up and peek in the hole to see what I can see?
You can fly up.
Or fly up? Yeah. Either one. Do you want me to do that? Great. So I'm gonna go.
Are you doing so stealthily?
Yes, you bet
Then
your
give me a
cute
stealth
little
roll.
butt I am.
And then I'll take a notice roll after that.
All
See what
right.
you
So
can
for
see.
stealth, I don't like that number.
But I would like to keep actively looking. So any notice check I can make from down below at this point, please let me know.
Understood.
I'm like, how far did we land on the dome? When you said?
Kind of on the exterior of it, on the rock that this island is.
Okay, so at the bottom of the dome.
Okay.
Yes.
Not near the middle or the top.
I beat my notice by 5 and I beat my stealth by 9.
You are
It's true.
so
That
slick,
just
flying
happened.
up and clinging onto the side and peeking over. Inside, there's a pretty open area that you're immediately looking down into,
Yeah.
like a landing pad almost. And there's 4 very similar flying crafts arrayed on one side, and then 2 bigger ones. They look kind of like a couple of box cars put together in size with a cockpit on the end.
Okay.
Some kind of transport or another.
But
Like
no.
a troop transport?
Something like that.
Or prisoner
like
transport.
An escaped prisoner transport.
There's are there clearly like doorways to get further into the prison?
It looks
Is
like
it-
they go down.
Okay.
Since the door's going down, this whole dome surface is just a big hangar. And there's 6 of those armored guard guys walking around, but they look very bored and somewhat lax. Like they
Yeah.
don't expect any trouble on their island out in the middle of the water that no one can fly to on this planet.
Right. All right. Well, I'll come back down and tell all of you that, so that you know.
Excellent.
Thank you for going to look.
It sounds like it's time for spy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's better than just dropping on top of them. That would have been my plan.
Would have been your plan?
What?
We're not saying that's not. I mean, there's like a rappelling down, doing some really cool acrobatics on the way to sharpshootering all of the waiting guards. Like,
What?
I like
can
that
we
you
do
use
to
the word
help you?
sharpshootering.
Oh, yeah.
What can we do to help you? Apart from.
How are you gonna get up there? That's my question.
Raptor claws.
Okay.
It's gonna be very noisy.
Will the claws break through the metal?
Well, so far, guns have been really ineffective, so you're pretty sure claws probably won't work either.
Well, is it completely smooth and frictionless?
Not at all.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay.
It's like
great.
individual panels put together like IKEA.
Great. Okay. Cool.
Wait, so
Really?
all
the
we
little
really need
cracks in
to
between each one, just
dismantle
tiny.
an IKEA anything is a stiff breeze and a little bit of willpower. So
Yeah, these aren't actually
and
made by
maybe
IKEA.
some
Oh, okay.
mediocre meatballs.
These are made by Space Swedes.
now putting them together, that's a different story.
Can we
Wait a minute.
see through the little
Oh,
cracks?
not at all.
Oh.
They're just like
They're
seams.
just there. They're seams.
Oh.
Like seams where two
Okay.
pieces joined together.
At least
So,
that's
like-
what it seems.
So
Yeah.
I feel like combining a little bit of raptor claws and parkour and spy stuff. Let's see. How do we use this to our best advantage?
Right, like, what are you going to do when
may,
you get
may,
in there?
May I suggest, based on whatever materials we have, whatever is left of the ship, all of that nonsense, can we try and cobble together some sort of communication so that once
Or battery.
she's inside?
Oh yeah, we got at least 2 radios here.
Okay.
Where are the prisoners being kept?
She didn't see anybody when she looked in. All she saw was a hanger.
Are there any other doors?
Wait, I saw going down. There's stuff going down. I assume all the prisoners and everything is below this hangar.
But there is no like all y'all's level.
No way to see it from where she was looking if there is something. She saw everything she could see from looking in through the dome top.
Okay. Are there vines on this island?
No, it's kind of just a
the
big
rock.
rock.
Well, I like the spy stuff idea.
I like this best.
Right, and
I've got ninja stuff.
I mean, you can
Oh,
get
you've
up.
got
but
ninja stuff,
You can't get
too.
down. That's your problem, isn't it?
Yeah,
You can get up.
I
but
can
you
get
can't
up there, but I can't get down. Not without the vines. Unless there are wires really, really strong.
Move like a
Airplane wire situation.
What about short teleport jumps?
Short teleport? We test drove that.
So here's how you can do it. You jump and you teleport up, and you just keep doing that over and over again until you land.
We're gonna try it.
Actually, that's
Actually, pretty
brilliant.
smart.
Teleporting up as you jump down. That's brilliant.
It won't slow you to. You won't get terminal velocity. You'll be okay.
And then I can like slowly pop up.
You're also tough enough to take a fall.
Thank you, babe. But I feel like we have ninja stuff too.
Yes, cat-like ninja thief stuff
So can we?
in a little
In fact,
T-Rex.
you're
the
pretty
two of
sure you
us.
could climb that without any kind of ropes or
No
anything.
problem.
It's more the descending that I.
It's
worry
more than
about.
going down after.
Yeah.
So like
That's
we
a
can both
complication.
get up
I don't
there.
wall
It's a
climbing
question of
anymore.
getting down. Which, if you trust my teleportation magic, which
Well,
I don't suggest,
mine's
but
pretty
you can
accurate.
try.
Well, I could
It's just
land like a cat.
Really loud.
May I also suggest we can try to utilize all these same skills to find a way to subvert these blanks, this wall, from the outside. Because if we
That
do
would be
that,
great.
we can literally just
Walk in.
walk through.
So
yeah.
dynamite.
You got quite a bit of it.
I do have a lot of it.
Right,
don't
but we
I?
already
But
determined
we've
it
already
doesn't-
determined that a dirigible exploding right next to this metal
Yeah.
does nothing
Does
to this
nothing.
metal.
But it might do something to the things that hold the plates together.
If we target the plates specifically between your ability to ninja it, your amount of dynamite, and I will try and
I got a lot of
pinpoint
dynamite, babe.
where we can. Oh, I know this. And
So we're
I will
attempting
try-
multiple points of entry.
Yes.
but through a single point. I'm attempting multiple points of attack on one panel.
Oh.
Just targeting the weakest points.
Where the points of the panels meet.
Exactly.
Interesting. Investigation, ninja stuff, demolitions, please.
Okay. Oh,
Moi.
balls. All
And
right.
how would you like to participate in this as well, sir? If you wish to.
Oh, I'm waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
So
know
the
what I
what they
can
just
do.
proposed.
I
think
have
is
some
most
juice
sweet.
saved up, so I might use that if I need to.
Excellent.
Okay.
I beat it by 8.
Okay.
My
By
ninja
8
stuff.
ninja stuff.
I am a kitty.
So I'm gonna beat it.
Critical success for that
Nice.
part.
That's a good
I beat
point.
it by, beat it by 9. I beat
The
it by
little
9.
There you
arms do ding.
You, with your critical success, Wyatt Maxwell, determined that the best point to use is where this metal joins into the rock, as the rock itself is not impervious to dynamite.
Nice.
And at some point, they had to use the natural structure of the stone to hold some of these metal plates together.
Just like that. Smart dinos.
And working together, you are able to blow one of these plates completely off the side of this structure,
Okay.
which immediately triggers a very loud alarm.
Yeah.
Whoops. Well,
Makes sense.
Like you do.
Yep.
But you now have a ground level opening into this hangar.
What do we see?
Everything that you saw, but from a ground level.
So no prison, just the same hangar.
Well, you're on the ground level with it, so
Okay.
now you're looking at it horizontally instead of
Right,
from
okay.
above.
okay.
So there was only one level in the dome. is
Right.
what
That's
you're
what I'm determining.
I misunderstood that. I thought there were multiple levels in
there?
the dome.
There
There
might
could be something underneath this.
saying.
below.
We're not asking about underneath. We're talking about in the dome.
No, this seemed to be a big hangar.
Oh, okay. Misunderstood that.
Okay.
Absolutely one
I might
giant.
have chosen something
hangar.
different, but
But I can't because of how boosted.
okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What the alarm's going off.
The alarms are going off. Those guards did not anticipate any sort of incursion
Right.
on their lovely day to day, so their response time is not going to be immediate. You have
Great.
a few seconds to act before you will draw attention to exactly what you are doing.
Well, if we have a few seconds, I almost want us all to stealth in
Yeah.
so that we're not at the entry point when because that's the
Absolutely.
first place they're gonna look is where the explosion went off, and if we stealth in,
There's a whole bunch of those two big parked ships. And
That's what I'm
a dozen
saying.
little
Then
smaller
at
parked
least
ships.
we gain
They
advantage
take up
to
a
them.
lot of hangar space.
not knowing exactly where we are.
I'm gonna, since I'm fast right now, I'm gonna shoot to the other side of the dome and take cover, hide.
Yeah, I want to
Can we
stealth in and
elevator
hide.
some of the ships up and see if that'll blow the top off the dome?
Can you what?
Remember earlier when we were talking about the ships being like, do they work like elevators? Boop, boo. Yep.
You would have to get into one and try and fly it to do it.
My raptor claws are like surgeon's tools.
I'll
will
take
have
stealth
you know.
checks from people
I
who are
can
trying to
disembowel
hide.
somebody.
You are going across the dome
hell yeah.
before you do so.
I beat
I'm
myself by
stealthy.
10.
I'm quite stealthy.
You're stealthy.
I'm stealthy.
A critical success from Maggie on hers.
Coat
Nice
covered
job,
ups and low
Beretta.
tens.
And I, James, am following Christian's lead in the sense of I'm getting as far away from the point we entered as I
Okay.
can with my speed.
Does ninja stuff
Ninja
count?
stuff counts
But
as
I beat it
stealth.
by 8.
Beat it
Yeah,
by
you did.
8.
Yay.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna be by 14. Oh, yes.
Also a critical
grief.
success.
Can I use covert ops?
That will work same as ninja stuff does.
Ooh.
Yes. Beat it by more than 10.
We are so
3
stealthy,
critical
guys.
We're
successes.
so
Good at this.
stealthy.
I'm not
Even-
super stealthy,
even
but
though,
I
even though
did good that
some
time.
of us are giant plotting dinosaurs.
There was a lot of
Not
smoke.
a diplodosaur though.
Not a diplodocus.
That and the whole them being distracted definitely paid into
Yeah.
your favor. It doesn't take very long before that half dozen group of guards is running over with their plasma rifles out to the exploded area and then looking around very confused.
Blast someone. Shit.
Do you want to just keep sneaking past? Do you want to just
Keep
Let me
seeing
check
it,
something
see
out first.
Okay.
I'm going to see if there's anything moving below us.
There's definitely something moving below you. Lots of things moving below you.
Okay.
Like on several different levels.
Feels like just one, but a ways down.
All right. So the prison's definitely below us.
And there's something sort of big moving, like a large elevator or something coming up.
Mm.
Oh,
Alright, little Rex.
Cool.
Let's get him.
And the guards
but
spread
the
out
elevator,
in the
doing?
hangar.
the elevator is where?
Below you and
Like
rising.
directly below me?
But
Kind of
where is
central
the
to the dome and rising.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go to the center then.
Of course you are.
It's kind of marked out as though something could, come up to this level.
Oh, there's like a hole.
Well, it's like two doors slid
So
together.
that they.
Yeah.
Are we gonna Bruce Willis this? Where we stand right outside the elevator, and the minute it opens, you just turn in and pop them.
Oh,
The
no,
guards
no.
spread
Or if you
out.
would ride the top
They
of the
begin hitting
box.
little buttons on the sides of their helmets
Looking
as they're
for movement.
spreading out,
Oh,
scanning around the
If
whole
we stay
room.
perfectly still, can they still see us?
You're not really sure, but no one seems to have noticed you just yet.
Okay.
And then those doors you're watching crash open up. And at first you see the head of him, and that's the first thing you notice besides just the head of this creature is that floating little aura that you see when someone's being piloted by someone. And it is the biggest like Rex style dinosaur you have ever seen, but his head has been mostly plated in that metal and the eyes replaced. He's got this big box housing attached to him with really long tentacles made of that metal coming from it. And over on the shoulders are really large like weapon mounts.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like plated from head to foot. He even has pieces under the jaw on him.
So we're fighting a Rift's character?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And
That
all
is
of
not
that,
yet, we're not.
all those things attached to him look very recent.
Yeah, I think I know what they're doing here. That being said, now that the doors have started to open and his head has started to poke up, I'm breaking that elevator.
Do it. Are you gonna punch the elevator?
Yes, I am.
Yes!
All right, what are you doing to break this elevator?
Well,
Do you
kinetic
need any
energy
explosives?
and gravity working together establish that what goes up must come down, but like only as fast as I
I
want.
don't know if you
Yes.
know this, but
So-
I have dynamite.
I would like him to go back down.
And it's done.
But like real fast.
Are you going to be burning all of that energy that you have stored up to do so?
How big did you say this guy was?
Over 20 feet tall?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. I will take a power usage roll from you. And I'm going to roll a body check for him.
No meta points.
No, we used him real quick.
Beat it by 5.
His head disappears, and you hear the sound of the elevator hit something in about a couple of seconds, really hard, very far below you.
Nice.
And then initiative, everyone.
All right.
He'll be fine.
Dinosaur cowboy music.
24, James.
24
not
for Rosie.
great.
Wow.
Not great. Do I get to double roll on these?
No, you do not
Damn
double
it.
roll.
12.
12 for Aqua.
Okay. With your initiative bonus? Shit.
Yeah.
28.
Yikes.
28
Roll a
for the
6.
Wyatt Max.
Dude, you
Yeah,
even
the
beat
first
me.
one.
I got 27.
27 Crash.
19.
19 for Andy. And we've got a 14 and a 24 for my end. So we're going to start with you, Wyatt.
Okay, so where is he at this point?
You can't see him. His head was up and then disappeared. So, but there was an opening where the
He
elevator
started
was.
emerging from the elevator in the middle like the boss battle, and then the elevator broke and he went back down.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay,
But
so
there are 6 armored guards still in this room who immediately turned their attention towards that sound.
Yeah.
okay, so whichever one is closest to me that has not reacted, I assume I'm still hidden.
There's one within just a few feet of you that hasn't seemed to notice you just yet.
Lovely. I would like to grab him on his left shoulder, spin, throat punch.
I will take a fighting check for you. He will not get his dodge bonus against this attack.
Yeah. Beat it by 3.
Beat it by 3. You will solidly impact, and just like the last time, you dent that throat, but it is like punching something really, really hard. Crash, you will be next with a 27.
Cannonball.
Leaping down the elevator?
Yeah.
All right. You take a few steps, and he's not 3 feet down that elevator shaft with those tendril arms stuck into the walls,
I know.
making his way right back up
Oh.
really fast.
Oh, but he's so much bigger than me. So I'll, when I jump down, I'll just land on him and start.
Give me a fighting check,
He's gonna-
Crash Jackson.
He's gonna have a little crash attached to him. A little Jackson bomb.
Crash attack.
Jack
Fighting
Paul?
check was a 7.
That is
beat it by
quite
11.
low. And he does not have a dodge bonus, doesn't really rely on that. What's your unarmed damage, including your damage bonus?
Normally it's going to be, let's see, 80, so 160.
160 damage is
Oh,
quite
nice.
a devastating blow. You
I'm
punch in.
I'm assuming that jump was my first action though.
You punch in the armor plating on the chest and actually cause some kind of bones to break underneath, and there's some blood that gouts from the wound.
Nice.
And one of the spots where your repeated punching hit, you actually even broke through and broke the metal in half, like a tin can.
That's
You're
not
not
that
bad.
dino.
No,
The
really,
dino
it's
isn't that
not.
dino anymore. You gotta remember.
I have a 24, as does Rosie, so let's I have a quick roll off to see which one of us is
Okay.
actually a 24 and goes next.
A little off.
12 is my second roll on that. so.
I'm 15 before my bonus.
So,
So.
I'm going to put you at 24.5,
Great.
and you'll be going next.
Man, I am just so tiny. I assume there has to be some kind of control center in the hangar area. There's got to be like some kind of area where people watch the ships coming in, where you can get signals from people wanting to land. There's got to be something, right?
There's nothing visible that you can
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, fine. Crap. In that case, man, and we have nothing to get through their armor. I guess I will. Is there the
I think their weapons affect their armor just fine.
right? Yeah, exactly. I just mean we don't have them in our possession at the moment. So I would like to, because they haven't seen me yet.
Doesn't seem like it.
Great. I
They,
wanna.
they seem to be very fixated on the really large jumping dinosaur that went down
Right.
the hole.
Yeah.
I forgot that you were dinosaur shaped.
Yeah, like a ninja turtle with spikes
I
and a
wanna.
testatail.
I wanna sneak 'ems to
Rawr.
behind one of them and steal a weapon. Like, do they have more than one pistol?
They have a sidearm.
Yeah, I want to steal a sidearm.
All right. Give me a stealth roll.
You absolutely can have a stealth roll. I beat it by 5.
You have one of their sidearms. It's pretty big for you because you're so small.
That's fine.
But it would be small for most of your friends.
Right. Great. I would like. Can I still move away? Cool. Since Crash is in the hole.
Crash went down the hole.
Crash went down the hole. I'm going to take this new weapon I have gotten and give it to my friend Big Al, who can actually use a gun very well.
All right.
That's what I would like to do.
Is it the action movie tossed gun? Tell me it's the action movie slow motion tossed gun.
Yeah. Well, at first it's gonna be the slide. It's like that scene in The Fifth Element where he's like, "What? What?" And I'm like, "I want to slide it to you," but the 8-ball happened. So I don't. Instead, I'm like, "Oh, I can't." So then, yeah, I'm gonna like flappy up a little bit. Not very high though, because very heavy gun. And then
Duck is a
Lovely.
great name for a train.
Lovely.
yeah, so Wyatt now has, or I should say, Big Al now has,
You have a plasma pistol, Big Al.
because I bet your sharpshooting is a lot
Do
better
you
than
happen
my
to have
shooting.
weapons encyclopedia on your sheet as well? I know that you do.
I does.
You do.
No,
No, okay.
I totally don't. And I'm fully Wyatt,
Crap.
and I can't shoot for anything.
Oh no!
Crap.
If any of you could help, I would appreciate that sincerely.
Weapons encyclopedia isn't going to be too rough. I mean, it's still a gun with a trigger.
Oh yes, but it would just tell you all kinds of things about it.
Yeah.
Crap.
You can throw it.
All right, so that's Rosie, and that's going to go to my number one, who's climbing out of the hole with you on top of him, punching him.
Oh wait, did we skip? Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Let's
No,
see.
he's also
I
a
see.
24.
Yeah.
The tentacle arms continue to propel him up and out of the elevator hole really rapidly with all 4 of them. They're pretty damn strong. That does use up 2 of his 3 attacks, in which
Rip his
third,
arms off!
he is going to try to bite you in half.
That certainly makes sense. When has a T-Rex ever been able to eat an ankle sore? Oh.
But I don't beat your dodge bonus of 6. I only beat my fighting roll by 5.
You still got me. I'm grappled.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for being honest.
Fuck you.
That is a 60 damage physical attack.
Oh, it's a physical attack. Thank God. It's not plasma.
It is not plasma. No. His armaments that he has on board mounted on his shoulder are a little bit too area of effect to use on someone he's trying to grapple. That's not really
I'm like a little crunchy.
a little too close for that. Yeah, not something he wants to use. Our next up is, hey, also me with a 14 for my troops. So those gentlemen, we've got one that you throat punched. He is going to turn and use his rifle as a bludgeon instrument against you. Again, doesn't want to use a plasma weapon in close proximity. Doesn't want to hit himself.
Wait, 14? I thought I had 19.
Oh, you do have 19. I don't want to skip you, Andy. You're right. You would be next.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay.
Nice.
That was a terrible roll anyway.
Hashtag MetaPoint.
Oh, thank you.
Here's your plan.
Oh,
Somebody needs it, right?
Why don't you use that right now? I just gave
Use
you
that
a gun.
meta point. That's your meta point.
Use it
it.
right now.
Use that.
Use it right now.
Gone. Gone.
Andi Jaymes.
Now
Okay.
you can shoot again.
Thank you.
Okay. So fortunately, I am Andi Jaymes. And I've got the spice stuff.
Like one of the most powerful beings in the universe. No big
Hashtag
deal.
Wyatt Buffet bad idea, but the poor fellow's having a hard enough time of it already. Pax also wants to ask you a question on the Discord for later.
Aw.
Question.
Thank you,
Yes.
Jack.
No
Okay.
questions, please.
I will use that and go ahead and go full Big Al. Thank you very much. Please ask your
There is-
questions at your
I
time.
wasn't saying there was
Wyatt
anything
Buff
unfortunate
used
about
to
being
go
an
full
Andi Jaymes.
Big
That
Al.
was
I mean-
fortunate.
Aw.
She's no crash.
Guys, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
She's
Thank
better.
you,
So
Jack.
much, Mary.
You know.
So, Andi Jaymes, what are you going to do with that knife?
Okay, so I've got my sinister knife, which I feel like might be useful. Who knows? We'll find out. What I would like to do, where are their weak points in their armor?
You're guessing the joints and maybe wherever covers the optical portions of the armor?
Throat slash, or do I need to go for like
Maybe at a
an
downward
armpit
angle for
stab?
the neck, or the armpit is a classic spot.
Also,
Okay.
magic knife. So
Magic, I
You
know
know,
magic knife. Just
it
I
is
want
a
to make
magic
sure
knife.
it works. It's a magic knife. Okay, but either way, I want it to be as effective as inhumanly possible. So I am going to go in, sort of spy stuff it right into the armpit and grab the gun as it falls.
I'll take a fighting check from you, Andi Jaymes.
The girl with the power.
what now?
The power of stab you. Yes.
Stab me.
Sorry.
I'm going to adjust that slider. There we go.
Looks like that. Right now,
Keep an eye out for it in the
So I'm
full
rolling
tabletop.
tens. I'm rolling tens on this.
Rolling against your fighting skill. They still are not aware of your presence yet, so they do not get their dodge bonus
Okay.
against this attack.
Sorry about your
Excellent.
luck. pal.
I'm going to re-roll that with the power of twice for luck. Yes, and I am going to beat that by that's a 6. I thought it was a 9. Oh, that's even better. I am going to beat that by 8.
Beat that by 8.
Mm-hmm.
Almost a critical success.
Oh wait!
So close.
Oh wait!
Patreon?
Patreon buff.
Dude,
critical
this is when you
success.
use it. This is when you use it.
The
Yes.
knife blade slides through that armor like butter.
butter.
And right in, straight through the heart with the critical success. It kills him where he's standing in his armor. And you catch the gun.
Nice.
Nicely done.
That is
Andi
rad.
Jaymes.
What you gonna do for your second attack?
Because she has more than one.
Oh, I forgot.
You better shoot that
Okay.
gun.
Shoot somebody with that gun.
I am going to shoot somebody with that gun. All right. So there are still.
There are
dupes.
5 of them left. One of them is hand-to-hand combat with Wyatt.
Oh, well, we should probably free up our shooter, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Especially since that dino doesn't get another attack for a minute, right?
Teleport right next to him and be like, ew.
Yep.
Shoot him in his
That's
stupid
it.
face.
Your 10 feet free teleport
Uh-huh.
and a shooting test.
And a
Again,
shooting
still
test.
doesn't have his dodge bonus against you.
Sucker. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, we're just gonna go ahead and beat that by 9.
Beat up by 9. That is good enough to hit him. And the Mark II plasma rifle deals 40 damage with 20 points of armor piercing. So it ignores half of his body armor before doing damage to him,
To his head.
which is a melted pile of goo.
There it is.
Goo!
Ooh.
Go ahead, na 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 na.
Which is going to leave it to my 4 remaining
brings me
soldiers
back
to
to my
open
child.
fire. All
It's
4 of
moving
them
around
are
though,
going to
so.
turn and concentrate fire on the 2 of you.
That makes sense.
2 shots on Wyatt. I have a success by 8 and a complete failure.
Ooh, like me and my siblings.
Which one are you again?
And then 2 complete failures on Andi Jaymes.
Oh,
That's
never
it.
mind. Got it.
That first plasma rifle hit is 40 damage and it has 20 points of armor piercing. So if you're wearing armor, it ignores 20 points of that.
Oh!
It burns. It really burns.
Come on now! Come on!
Come on, people now.
Mm-hmm. And that puts us to a 12 with Lady Aquamarine.
Okay. I'm going to use that. There's 1 meta point right there.
There is 1 meta point left there.
Bink.
Yeah, you did.
So,
Thank you for the meta point.
Thank
so
you
what's
guys.
happening with the big T-Rex friend?
Has a crashed dinosaur on top of him, punching him, and he's biting the crashed dinosaur who is punching him.
Okay. Well, I haven't done this in a while. Like a while. I'm gonna get up in front of the dinosaur. I'm gonna attempt to seduce that dinosaur.
Yes!
We're gonna do it! We're gonna do it! Bring it out!
All
And I'm
right.
gonna use that dinosaur to.
It's what we've all been
All
waiting
of my
for.
dreams are
I
coming
mean-
true.
So the little, just picture the
Bone
little.
that T-Rex.
Yes. Imagine the little dinosaur, the littler
Oh, the
T-Rex,
little T-Rex.
approaching.
Oh, you're gonna get
happening.
wrecked by that dude,
Approaching
though.
it. Okay, I'll roll now.
Size
Two-
does matter. You were
2
right.
chances. Okay, well the first one I beat by 10.
A critical success on yours.
And now coming to the stage, Wild Jill!
Hey, baby.
I just love a dino with short arms.
Give him a little wink. Nod in my hat. I know you. Do I know you?
I'm sorry, are you winking at me, or is that some sort of eye problem, like your
Both.
weird arms?
Both are possible. I wink again. Hey, baby. Let's say we get out of here. We catch a sunset. Bring my friends. Hey, baby. I like the cut of your jib.
Wait,
You got nice
can you
teeth.
Your
Did
teeth
you-
are.
tell him that you have arm extenders?
Not only do I have arm extenders, but I
Did
want-
you just start moving? Because I feel like I'm
This
seeing you
doesn't
for the
have
first
to be
time.
eliminated.
I heard that size does matter.
Did you want to be a T-Rex or a D-Rex?
Oh my.
just because it's been too long. James, this is your cat.
I
This is your
A
cat.
double D Rex.
A
So
double
yeah,
D-Rex.
so we've got little wild Jill in front of that big.
It appears
Big
that he's
old
definitely
dinosaur.
interested in what you've got for sale there.
I still have 1 more roll.
I need to remind everyone
Is he-
that he has tentacles.
4 of them.
Oh, good. Well,
Wonder what you're gonna do with those. I say.
if you fail this roll, this is going to turn into hentai real fast. So,
Oh no, it's Tentacle Rex.
Tentacle Rex.
that's
It
what the
is
T
T-Rex.
stands for.
So it didn't work.
You're pretty sure. I mean, he seems to be looking right at you. He's not chewing on Crash anymore, just kind of staring at you. Crash is
I'm
still in his mouth.
I'm still in his mouth.
But he stopped with the chewing.
Can I give him another? I'm gonna give him an extra charming. Maybe I'll hum a little tune with this roll, this seduction roll.
Wait. You have another action?
I have 2 attacks.
You have that.
Oh yeah. What are you thinking?
I mean, maybe you need an outfit.
Would that help?
I don't know.
What if I magicked myself a better look?
There is nothing better than an adorable
Something
T-Rex.
from Dinosaur Fashion Week.
I'm just saying.
I feel like
dinosaur lingerie could be a thing.
So what I'm hearing is that they need J-Lo's Super Bowl outfit on a T-Rex.
Oh my god, I want that.
I am drawing tonight.
Just saying, maybe you could spice,
and you're just over there, just yeah.
Can I say?
I could dance on that pole.
Definitely seems to be interesting.
Hey, to
But
be
you know,
fair,
it's really hard to tell with a half metal.
Shakira's would work
Tyrannosaur.
as well.
Make a notice check to see his tiny arms beckoning you forth.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I want to give it just an extra,
Then give me another roll if you want to give it some extra. Specifically, I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, I beat that one by 2.
Yeah, in his mouth,
still beat
Crash,
it.
he
You still
stopped
beat it.
chewing on him, and then he kind of just slides out the side of his mouth.
Yeah.
It's on.
Just covered in drool.
He's not even hungry
Yeah.
anymore.
Just covered in
Oh, he's hungry.
Oh,
all
he's
right.
hungry.
Oh,
Hungry for love.
no.
It's just
Maya
slightly
Maxwell,
shifted.
you're next.
We're just making eye contact. That's all.
You
for
should
now.
just snipe him as he's coming towards Aquamarine.
Oh,
looking at him.
but he has a chance for love.
has no chance
Look,
for love.
no. I will not be the one to come between dinosaur love. That is not the sort of person that Big Al Bigsley is.
Dinosaur project.
However, I will take both my Sharps rifle in one hand and the plasma rifle in other.
T'other.
Thank you. Got it in one. And I will take a shot at 2 of the other random pieces of riffraff to get them a little bit out of the picture so we can enjoy some good old wholesome dinosaur seduction.
Give me some shooting tests while I attempt to process the words that just came out of your mouth.
I know, I can't even believe it. James, if you would have told me 20 years ago that this was something that ever would have been happening in my life, I have to tell you, I would have called you a liar.
Those dinosaur action figures would have had a completely different.
They really would have!
No, I probably would have used the Ankylosaurus for the same thing.
Beat the first one by 6.
All right.
Dinosaur duction.
Second by 5.
Both shots are hit. The plasma rifle is absolutely devastating and disintegrates the target. Sharp's rifle does manage to penetrate the armor,
One more.
but does not do a significant amount of damage to him compared to the plasma rifle. There are only 3 of them left. Crash, Jackson.
So, let me get this straight. I've just been slobbered all over suddenly after being chewed on for a moment.
Yep.
And then I just slid out of this horny dino's mouth.
And every one of those
Horny dinos.
robotic eyes of his are focused on her.
Neat.
But,
And you said he
but
has
like
shoulder-mounted,
They look like, well, you have weapons inside.
Right.
Those are rocket launchers mounted on his shoulder designed to take out tanks, aircraft, vehicles, anything of significant size.
That's scary, but he is all about the aquamarine. And I've seen this dance before. I know how this goes. It makes me uncomfortable, as always. But I am going to,
come on, you gotta,
kick back up.
Wait, get over here.
Make a quick climb to the shoulder. And I'm going to take that rocket launcher that's mounted on his shoulder. I'm going to point it towards his little head. And I'm going to give it a little bit of juice to see if I can make that sucker go off.
You go ahead and give me a power usage roll.
Electricity. 10.
Wait.
I beat it by 6.
Beat it by 6. You discharge multiple rockets from this anti-tank, anti-air rocket launcher, point blank range into his head, which is focused on Lady Aquamarine. And then that head is not there anymore. However, it is a large burst explosion, so you yourself also take 50 points of damage.
That's how it goes.
It is explosive damage, so it is armor piercing.
It's explosive damage, so I
Yeah.
don't care.
Just so you're aware, it hurts.
Yeah.
It's hot, mostly. Less the force, but the heat does burn.
It was hot, and it was hot.
Yeah, things got really hot in there, and now he's headless. I mean, luckily all the blood was going somewhere else, but that does make a difference.
Big dino. Dude.
I feel like you're gonna need therapy after this.
It was
I might
hot,
need
and then he
therapy
was
after
headless.
I'm picturing the
Oh.
smoking dinosaur standing next to the much larger smoking headless dinosaur.
Crash
That
took
kind
his
of
head
falls
like a
down,
champ.
so.
Look,
I'm on my back. I'm completely helpless. I have fallen on my back.
if she can seduce a chicken golem and come out fine, dinosaur's nothing.
Oh, it's more the
It was a
seduction
fried
than the
chicken golem.
headlessness.
I'll have
Rosie,
you know.
you're up.
Yeah, no. It's
Par for the course.
You're up, Rosie.
I sneak 'ems by. They still don't know I exist.
So far, you have remained
Yeah.
completely unnoticed.
So-
Almost like you're a complete and total coward. Oh, wait.
I am.
Peretta is a coward.
I am. So I'm gonna sneak 'ems up behind another one. I'm gonna take another gun and I'm gonna sneak 'ems to someone else.
Give me a
I
stealth
love
roll.
the sneakums. There's so much sneakums.
I'm
not- I'm
stolen
very
all
small.
your shit.
It's Peretta,
You have no shit
Peretta
no
the
more.
sneakums.
All your shit.
The
sounds-
sneakomosaurus.
My stealth I beat by 8.
You again get a hold of another one of these plasma pistols right out of the holster on the
Excellent.
side. Who is it going to?
It's going to Crash because I know he also has good shooting.
All right.
Ah,
Crash, you now have a plasma pistol.
he's
It's a
gonna
Mark III.
shoot every one of us.
It's the Mark III personal defense weapon plasma pistol.
Settings?
Oh, it is one single setting, a 50-round magazine, and requires an hour of recharging when it is depleted.
Ooh, if you have the proper recharging station.
Correct.
Which I do not.
Fires superheated plasma. It is quite the effective weapon, particularly against armored opponents.
It hurt me, so...
Yes.
Does it? Can you
It is
like
very
lightning flash it and make it come back?
I could lightning flash it and turn
Now,
it into a
it
bomb.
would be the augmented T-Rex's turn, but
Ooh.
he is now headless and dead, so it is not his turn anymore. Andi Jaymes.
Okay. There's one left.
There are 3 left of these armored
3.
soldiers.
Also, I can't steal their ammo, I don't think, because it's laser ammo.
It's integral
So it's,
to the weapon.
yeah, it's like a charge.
All right. So what we gonna do is we're gonna
if I could-
throw Sinister Knife at one, and we're gonna quick shoot the other on my two.
Alright.
Yeah. My two,
I'll take an athletics for the throwing and a shooting for the gun.
Okay. Neat. So I mean, I could
Ooh.
re-roll that. I could.
Re-roll it
okay,
anyway.
I
You
mean,
could get
alright.
lower.
I could. I could.
You didn't,
but I
though.
didn't.
You didn't,
So
though.
we're gonna beat it by 7. I think the first
Alright.
time run.
The thrown knife, again, it slides through armor like butter, but this one's not a critical, so it doesn't kill him outright. You just cut him very badly.
Like, are we talking like a paper cut or like an arterial bleed?
He needs medical attention.
Okay, I'll take it.
Ooh, now you get to play doctor with him. What? That's medical attention.
Down, girl. All right.
No, I just Voodoo, and I'm back. Welcome back, Voodoo. You missed dinosaur hentai.
Oh boy. I mean, you're not wrong.
No.
And that's shooting test for the plasma weapon, please.
Yep, okay. Sorry, we just got all sorts of excited. Right. So shooting test, I could beat that either by 7 or we'll beat it by 9.
My
Yeah.
9 is better than 7.
That is
And again, this plasma weapon seems to be really effective against these heavily armored opponents, and he is a puddle of goo.
Goo. Can I keep it?
The puddle of goo?
The
No,
two
the plasma
remaining
For sure.
soldiers
Pretty sure I can
open
recharge that
fire.
for you.
One of them is going to shoot at you, and one of them is going to shoot at Andi Jaymes. Not gonna come close to hitting you, Mr. Maxwell, and I have a success by 1 against Andi Jaymes, which does not beat her dodge bonus.
So fast.
I'm so fast.
She has 2 out of a dodge bonus, which then gives us once more back to Lady Aquamarine at the bottom of initiative. You're last.
And one guy left?
There are two of them. One of them has a knife that was sticking out of him just a second ago and then just disappeared, like it teleported on its own.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the one that Andi Jaymes threw. It like stuck right in him and then disappeared. It's crazy.
Hey.
Demon knife.
Oh, gotcha.
Make them
Okay.
kiss each other.
Cool, cool.
It just seems like out here.
I mean, are they... Okay.
There are dead ones of them all over the place, though.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna, I feel like, though I knew that the seduction of the big dinosaur was to kill it, like, I'm still, like, kind of impassioned.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to just, like, dinosaur at the one that I'm closest to.
Okay,
Like, go
he's the one that
crazy.
just got hit with the knife.
Perfect. I just want to, like, bite and, like,
Well, he's
Physically-
bleeding, so...
physically tear at.
All right, give me a fighting check. You get to make 2 of those because you have 2 attacks.
Everybody was dino fighting.
Well, I failed one. Failed that first one there.
It's alright.
Their
Gotta get
kicks
the first
were
one out of
faster
your system.
than
You're so
their
impassioned.
little arms.
Failed that one too. I'm so impassioned.
You're just biting at the
Wait,
armor and it's not
wait.
doing
If you do that, you'll make one of them.
You're right. I'll use my. I did not. Thank you. I
Using the
hadn't
page
used it.
tab?
Yeah.
All right, you bite the first time and it's just biting the metal, and then you find a soft spot and sink some teeth through the metal. And this poor fellow already had the knife stuck in him and it's just too much and the shock kills him.
I'm also a little hungry,
Is that the first character on Metaverse to die
Hungry
from
and
shock?
horny.
and I
No.
can I chew and like swallow some of the guy.
Oh.
For food.
Phrasing.
May I eat his? Oh gosh, I'm a hungry dinosaur.
Devour him!
Eat the person.
You
With
begin
my mouth.
eating the person inside
Chew,
of the armor.
swallow.
Mammal tastes delicious.
Mammal tastes delicious.
You guys gotta get in on this.
28, Wyatt Maxwell, you're
Tastes a
next.
little like
Look, lion tastes good. I would like to rush to one of the other
There's
fallen...
only one. Oh, one of the ones living left. Sorry.
Yes, one of the other fallen folks.
One of the plasma puddles.
While doing so, I will holster my sharps and pick up another of the plasma pistols.
All right, you now have a pair of plasma pistols.
And then I will shoot both of them at the last surviving member.
Give me 2 shooting tests.
I really want some pizza.
Right?
That's so good.
Beat it by 5. Beat it by 6.
He is now also a puddle of molten goo. And all is quiet once again, except for the crunching sounds of Wild Jill eating one of the downed armored troops.
Well, while Jill is engorging herself, may I suggest we grab? My apologies. That was perhaps circumspect. May I suggest we grab the rest of these here weapons? If we are not going to use them ourselves, we can certainly give them to our comrades in arms.
By the way, you are welcome, everyone. Just throw that out there. You are welcome.
For the gun?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great, thank you.
Very well done. Thank you.
Clearly
This shoots real pretty.
Amazing.
All right.
Not
I'm
quite as-
hopping down.
not quite as
If
amazing
it's my
as,
turn,
We're out
Absolutely.
of combat, so it's no initiative.
I'm gonna hop down the hole.
All right, it is a 100-foot drop,
That's fine.
and you land at the bottom in a rather large. Was a cave, but now has metal supports holding it up, and more pieces of the rock have been carved out to make it more regular. There are large, like glass tubes that have been set up, really big, and about 30 of them in total, with various dinosaurs in them, floating, seeming to be in some form of suspended animation. You personally Crash don't, but Arthur recognizes in the majority of them. They're all, well-known figures.
Right.
Whether they're outlaws, adventurers, gunfighters, soldiers, or even leaders. Some are even Carnitars. Members of the enemy.
Right.
All in suspended animation, and you can hear roaring of pain from down at the end of this cavernway, down the hallway.
A
Just
roaring
a
of
continuous
pain?
roaring of pain.
They're working on one. I'm gonna send up the elevator.
All right. The elevator just kind of rises up. It is not being controlled by its own power at this point. It's being controlled by
I'll
Crash
get on the
Jackson.
elevator.
Hurry on.
Yeah.
All
And you
aboard.
join Crash Jackson in this large cavern, exactly as I just described. There are dinosaurs floating in tubes, seemingly in suspended animation.
We got any?
Disturbing.
You can all hear that roaring of pain now as well.
All right, I got computers. Can I start releasing some of them?
Yeah, I would work on that. I'm gonna see what's down. I think
I'm
we should
going-
figure
yeah.
out what's down at the end of the hall first.
I'm a
Because
coward.
if these guys come to life, they're not gonna be the ones that come after us.
Yeah.
You follow the hallway down, and it's looks like a lab has been set up here with some of those prefabricated structures. On the table in the center is a stegosaur. He's strapped down with metal bands. There's some kind of device with probes near his head, bombarding it with some energy. It looks like electricity or something else. He's just screaming really loudly. Above his head is a small circle, and it's got some kind of fluctuating energy in it as well, and it seems to be channeling directly into his forehead. There is a single individual operating the machinery. He, again, much like that pilot you killed today, looks like he could be like Zenda's younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks the same facial structure and before the whole metal thing and all that.
At least we get
Looks
to punch
the
Zenda.
same.
Kind of.
Kind of.
All right, I'm gonna see what I can
Has
do.
his back too. Doesn't seem to be paying
Yep.
attention, hitting keys.
I'm gonna try and sneak up behind him and just press the gun right up to his kidney there.
Oh dear.
Howdy.
Oh dear.
Any chance you could reverse what you're doing?
The energy stops and the probes move away from his head.
And you're probably gonna want to let those bubbles go too out in the back.
I can't do that from here.
Great, you can do it from where we're going then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll carry you. It's
The
fine.
controls are over there.
Thank you. 742, huh?
Opens up and those tubes begin draining. The occupants are sedated. They will take some time to wake up.
Right, that's fine. That's fine. Anybody else down here other than you?
Just me.
Okay, we killed everybody up top.
Okay.
Just thought I'd let you know. Non-combatant, right?
I'm a scientist.
Not a pilot.
Oh no, I failed.
Sorry. Reckon you're free to go.
Oh, okay.
Ships are off limits, but the island's yours.
Okay.
And if you help out getting these folks up and around, we'll treat you well.
Okay. Is there anything you want to know?
So many
Absolutely.
questions.
Before you take off, we do have a few questions.
Please, by all means. Knowledge is for everyone. It should be shared.
Great.
What is
Mighty what are you?
He's not. Are you one of the? What series are you? That's it.
Z19654.
The Z series. Okay.
Okay.
What would you like to know?
What were you doing to that dinosaur?
Oh, it was preparing him for forced occupation.
So forced occupation is a thing?
Oh yes, with enough treatment, a avatar can be made ready for a pilot that would not normally be suitable for them.
Oh, Lord.
And then comes all the weapons you add on after.
That was a special case. It was requested by that commander.
Oh.
I was gonna
That
say,
commander's a
that
piece of
sounded
shit.
an
Is he
awful
still
lot.
alive?
So you killed his avatar, so I assume he is probably in a lot of trouble.
I should hope so.
Hmm.
He requested tentacles?
Well, he requested modification. Yes.
Climbing is a handy skill to have when you're a tiny armed creature.
There are many other ways you can get that, but okay.
That's no disrespect.
None to you.
This is a weird question. What's the name of your capital city?
Oh, I'm afraid we don't have a capital city, but Luna Base is generally used as
Luna Base. Current?
Oh no, you mean here on this metaverse? Oh no, but there is an orbital facility up there. Yes, there is.
All right.
The majority of controls are relayed from there, and in fact, that's where the gates are as well.
So they just use the transports to bring stuff up and down from the orbital station.
That's correct.
That's amazing. That's cool. And of course,
On lower technology worlds, orbital bases are preferred as the occupants have no way of accessing them.
Right, like this one particularly.
Yes.
Huh.
Could you seem to speak common like we do, but
I speak 18 languages.
excellent. We noticed that some of the languages on some of the ships is different. Could you just like reprogram that so it was common language?
I'm not sure I can do that. The ships are controlled by the orbital platforms.
Damn it. Okay.
And the majority of information comes in a binary-based code that only the pilots learn specifically.
Yeah.
Not, the pilots, but the
pilots.
pilots.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so plan has to be from here. We get one of those transports, take out that orbital base.
It would be your only way of reaching the orbital base. You would want to disengage the auto-destruct capabilities, as they can destroy any ship personnel or powered equipment from orbit.
And we think that is great of you to help us out with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to ask. You
And then you
talked
would
about
need to pass the DNA codes to dock with the ship.
Oh.
whereabouts can we find them?
Oh, on the DNA of any
One is
742
standing right in front of us.
person.
Which means we have to keep you alive, see?
Oh,
see.
yes, yeah, that actually would work.
This is
I
working in your
see.
favor.
Yes.
All right, well, you are now our guest.
All right.
Okay.
And hey, I want to thank you guys all for joining us
Yeah.
for Masters of the Maggieverse today. Happy birthday to Maggie.
Happy birthday.
We love all of you very, very much here on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment channel on Twitch. I'm so glad that you're all doing join us. Please
Thank
go ahead and
you.
check out Ren, the Girl with the Mark Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They need
please.
another season, please. And also, Juju Seed and Spark campaign is going on. And the Fantasy Network, the Fantasy Network, the
The Fantasy Network. That's all
Come
we're
on,
saying.
the Fantasy
Let's
Network.
go check it out.
What is
Yeah.
the fantasy
Seen that.
network?
And I'll see
Hey, have
y'all.
y'all been watching the Fantasy Network? 'Cause you should be.
And I'm not going to be back for a few weeks, just so everybody is aware.
That's,
Yeah.
next week we do have you back, though. We do have you back next week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The third part in this installment will come up next week, and then you won't see a little bit of Crash for a little while. That's true. But
Only a
make
few
sure,
weeks.
make sure you join us next week for the stunning conclusion of this arc here in the world of the dinosaurs. Captains Cretaceous. We love you all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse.